Okay guys, we start in 2 minutes exactly, okay? At 5:10 we'll start. So all of you open VS Code, open open your browser, and I suppose it is like review section. Oh bro, what? This is like review section. Okay, I would say, I mean, you can't review a person, right? A person is not a product. It depends on your profession. Uh, yeah, but it's sort of like a review section. Akshata, this is not the place. Okay, guys, let's start. Pull up your text editor, open up your browser, and turn live server on. We're gonna start by making a few changes, okay? So what I want you to do is go to every section on your page and collapse it. Collapse every section, and keep your code as minimal as possible. So then we'll start with the very first section, okay? We'll start with not the first section exactly. We'll start with your introduction section, and we'll start making changes because since yesterday I had a lot of people message me pointing out stuff that had been broken on your medium screen size, okay? And that's something I realized in the beginning itself. So we're gonna be fixing all of it, okay? We're just gonna add a few more classes, modify a few things, and we're gonna make it completely responsive, all the way from your XS screen size all the way to your Excel screen size. Once all of that is done, I'll show you guys a couple of cool things with JavaScript. So there's a few things you can do with jQuery. Remember, we added jQuery from Bootstrap, right? And and I told you can make transitions. You can make animations and all of that. We haven't done any of it yet, so we're gonna do all of that today, and we're gonna fix your navbar. We're gonna do some internal linking and stuff, and then we're gonna publish it on the cloud. All of you will publish your website live, okay? It'll take about 2 minutes. Even if you haven't done the whole GitHub thing I asked you to do, it's fine. I have another alternative solution. I just thought it would be nice if you guys could do it the way it is supposed to be done using the command line. But since a lot of you have problems with it and it'll take a long time to solve it, I'll just show you an easy way out, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so let's start. I have my introduction section. I'll just collapse the navbar, and let me start live server. Okay. And if I won't be using my full screen today. Instead, we'll just use this. Okay, so if I scroll down real quick, all of you have a site that looks somewhat like this, right? And you can see it's broken, right? If you open up any of these collapsible accordion tabs, they open up and they push the second section down, right? And if you look at the last one, you can see that the content touches the top and then there's an overflow, right? And that's because your width is so small that your picture becomes smaller than your content. We don't want that, right? Because on a bigger screen size, it looks decent, right? Everything just lines up and it looks super decent. Whereas on your smaller screen size, right, the LG one, it looks really bad. And if you go all the way to the medium screen size, it looks even worse, right? Looks really bad. And we're gonna have to fix all of this, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with this section, the introduction section, and we're gonna try and fix a couple of things. All right. Okay, so I'll go into my code first, and that's my introduction section. Okay guys, I don't think any of you have put this class in, right? I wanted to put this class in. It says flex wrap, right? This is a class I added a couple of days ago and I forgot to tell you about it. So just put that class in. Go to the container and add the class deflex into it, and then I'll tell you what you should do. All of you do that and then just say yes once you're done. Okay, so we did DMD flex that. Yeah, I want you to change it, Sneha, change it back to deflex and do flex wrap, and I'll explain why in a minute, okay? And if you have my GitHub, please don't refer to the GitHub anymore, okay? Because I haven't pushed anything new, and all of our changes are on GitHub are done, okay? Right. So you put deflex and you put wrap in there, right? Okay. So what the wrap basically does is it takes all the content on the right side, right? Over here you see it on the right side, right? The image. When it goes to your phone, it wraps itself automatically. So even though our class name is deflex, right? It's supposed to be on the same line, right? From the smaller screen size, but it doesn't. And that's because of the flex wrap. And when does it know to wrap? For instance, if you look at the page, it wraps only on a small screen. When I switch to medium screen, it doesn't wrap, right? And why is this? Why doesn't the wrap work all the way around? If you look closely, you can see you have set your containers to be just 6 columns on a medium screen above, right? So that's what the wrap basically does, right? So if you haven't made this change, I wanted to put column MD6 in there. If you have, just say done. So basically your first column and your second column are both going to have 6 columns each, okay? They're going to take up 6 columns each. Once you do that, just let me know. That should make it fairly responsive on all screen sizes. Repeat. Okay, Swana, go into the main container, okay? The one that's right inside your section, right? The first one. On the first day, I don't think you guys were there, so I don't know if you have these classes in there. Just check if you have these classes, okay? Just put deflex and flex wrap in them. After which you have 2 different columns inside with 6 columns each on your medium screen size. Just make sure you have all of this. If you have, then your site should be pretty responsive. Where are the guys? The Silas, Ashik, you guys are there? Okay, Silas, just take attendance at around 5:30, okay? Yeah, Fabian, hi da. Okay, done. Swana, Akshata, you guys done? Okay, Akshata? Okay, cool. Now let's go all the way down. And if you look at your services section, okay, now pull up your services section. We're going to make a couple of changes here, okay? And before I show you what the changes are, I'll just show you how bad it looks. Right, so if you look over here, this is like one of the biggest problems we've had all through this workshop, right? And it keeps expanding. So now what we want to do is, this problem occurs only on your large screen size, right? All the way up to your large screen size. The minute you hit your Excel screen size, which is over 1200 pixels wide, that problem disappears, right? There's no way you're going to have that problem and everything is going to be vertically centered. Everything works perfectly, right? But the minute you switch back to your LG screen size, you start having problems. So starting with that, all the way down to your medium screen size, you have problems. But if you switch to a mobile phone, you don't have problems. You don't have alignment issues, but if you look closely, there's no spacing between the picture and the accordion, right? And it's kind of touching each other. So we're going to solve all of that with just a few classes more, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Go into the first container, okay? The first container fluid, which is basically your first row. Okay, I think I'll just give me like 2 minutes and I'll repeat the whole thing again. So Biksha, is this the first time you're joining or were you there before this? Okay. So do one thing. Open up your text editor. Go all the way up to your introduction section. Okay. We made only one change so far, so you can catch up. Go to your introduction section. Make sure you have these 2 classes in your main container. Once you do that, just let me know. That's the only change. Okay, yeah. Then after that, scroll down to your services section. This is where we're going to make a few changes, okay? So I want you to click on this part here. We're going to turn this into Excel, okay? So basically your MD screen size is going to be replaced with Excel, okay? And we're going to start targeting Excel screen sizes. So instead of DMD flex, I'm going to say DXL flex. So what I'm basically telling these classes to do, what I'm basically telling this container to do is to flex itself only on a large screen. So all the content inside this, right, will go to one line only on an Excel screen size and above. Everything below it will not flex, okay? So it'll all turn into block level elements. So they'll go one below the other. Right, so once you guys make that small change here, let me know. Just change the MD into Excel in both places. Done. Okay, now if you go back to your screen, you would notice that there's stuff that's already broken, right? You can see how, look, it only takes up half the screen width, and there's a lot of stuff that appears to be broken, right? It goes to the next line and all that. We'll fix all of that in a minute, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Go into the first container fluid. Okay, open your first container fluid, okay? Sorry. Yeah, just open your first container fluid, okay? You're going to be modifying the first row. So go in there, and over here it says column MD6, right? I wanted to change that also to column XL6. And the padding X that we have removed, make it PX XL6, okay? So we're changing MD to XL all over again on the first column. Do that and then let me know. Done. Okay, I'm also going to make a small change here. You guys don't have to make this change, okay? Okay, so if you notice, my hero's background image, and the services section images are the same for me. Now I have two photos of my own. I'm just going to make that change here. You guys don't have to do this, okay? This is a photo that I have. So I'm basically going to switch it so mine looks at least a little decent compared to the designs you guys made. And similarly for the second column, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to say XL6, okay? So we're going to modify both columns. Just make that change and let me know again. Second column, make MD XL all over again. Alright, once you guys do that, your thingy should change on all the way up to your LG screen. You should see a full size image, and it should push the accordion below. So the minute you hit your Excel screen size, it goes to the right and the left. Okay, always make sure over 1200 pixels wide is your Excel screen size. Okay, so that's 1440 pixels wide, right? So that's pretty responsive, right? It doesn't break. Then what I want you to do is, if you notice, your accordion sticks to the image, right? We don't want that. We don't want that space. It looks super ugly. So what we're gonna say is we're gonna say MY4. Okay, and if you guys remember, MY is basically your margins along the y-axis. So I'm giving it 4 units of margin spacing above and below, okay? So that's gonna take care of all of our margins over here. Right, and if you guys notice, there's a space over here already, above the accordion and below the accordion. And that's pretty neat, right? Once you guys do that, just let me know again. I'm going to collapse my 2 rows over here. Right, done. All of you done? Okay, now what I want you to do is go into your second row, okay? Your second row. I'm making it very clear, go to your second row, okay? Leave the first row alone, it's done. On your second row, I want you to make the same change, okay? Do XL0 and do XL flex, okay? Similarly, the container that's right inside it, right? The column, the first column, make that XL6 and make it XL flex, okay? And that's it, we're done. Just do that change alone and let me know. right? I think. What about the others? All of you have done it. Can you repeat? Okay, now go to your second row. Okay, you see another container fluid, right? Your second row with the image and the text. Over there, you'll see pxmd. Okay, make that md xl. There should be md flex. Make that md flex xlx. Okay, xl flex. Similarly, the column that's right inside it, right? That'll also have md6 and xl and md flex. Just turn that into xl in both places. Wherever you see md, just turn it into xl. Okay. Rishi, once you're done, let me know. Done? Okay. Then what I want you guys to do is go to the second column. Okay, on the second column, do the same change again. Make it xl6 and xl0. Right? Your second column. So once you guys have done that, you should see the same thing with your second one. Okay, you should have a spacing of 4 above and below, and your picture should also have a nice padding, and it should be responsive, right? All the way up to your large screen. Okay, now what I want you guys to do is we're gonna do something with Flexbox again. Okay, once all of you have done that, just let me know. All of you finished making changes to the second column, let me know after that. And I'm going to show you another thing with not vertical alignment exactly, with wrapping. Done. What about the others? Okay. The accordion is taken up only half page on my medium screen size. The rest is like empty. Okay, Swana, in some place you forgot to change column MD6 to column XL6 in some place over there. That's what you've probably done on the first row. Just go check. I think it should probably be the second column inside your first row. Okay, that's why you must have made a mistake over here. Just check that and see. Portrait image. Pratana, that's a problem, okay, because you can't use portrait images for a design like this. That's why I asked you guys to pick something landscape. Right, so did all of you get this? Yeah, did all of you get this output now? If you have, just say yes, and then I'll show you order. How to make the image center. Pratana, if you have a portrait image, okay, so do one thing. Let's say your image is inside this one, okay? It's inside this column. What you do is add deflex over here and add justify content center. Add those two classes to the column and it should be centered. Okay. Right, so for the others, okay, I'm going to show you something with orders now. Let's close this. Right. Okay. Okay, I'm a little confused with the code now. Okay, yeah, this is the code. So basically what I want you guys to do is, do you see your second row? Inside your second row you have your main container, right? Right inside it you have one column, and if you collapse that column you can see your second column, right? There's two columns next to each other. Now the problem is, since my image comes second, right? By default, I told you HTML, the content on a HTML page would flow statically, meaning it will flow in the order in which you program it. So since your image is second over here, it comes after the tabbed content. It comes second on the page's flow also. Okay. Now we don't want that, because only on an Excel screen size we want our image to come to go to the right. In HTML it flows from top to bottom, left to right. That's the flow. So your image is on the right side now. That's what we want on an Excel screen size. On a small screen size, on a non-Excel screen size alone, we want our image to appear first, and we want these tabs to appear below the image. Yeah, exactly, auto classes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our first column over here, and we're going to have two different orders. Okay, first I'm going to say order 1. Okay, and on the second column I'm going to say order 2. Now remember, when I say order 1 and order 2, you're targeting the smallest screen sizes all the way up to the largest ones. Okay, so when I say order 1 and 2, hang on, sorry, it's the right order. When I say order 1 and 2, it should, okay, sorry, it should be the other way around, guys. It should be 2 and 1. We want our image first and we want our text second, right? So the one with the image should get order 1. The one with our tabbed content should get order 2. All if you do that and let me know. The first one should get order 2, the second one should get order 1. Okay, the one with the image gets order 1. Done? Also guys, we'll have to make one small change on top. Okay, if you notice, this doesn't change yet, right? The order doesn't change. And the reason is because if you look at its parent container, right? The parent container, it says DXL flex. So the order is going to work only if it's inside a flex box, okay? Only if it's inside a flexed parent. At the moment, you're flexing it only on an XL screen size. So we're going to do a small change. We're going to remove the DXL flex and we're going to make it DFlex, okay? So it flexes on all screen sizes, right? So now if you look at your output, your image should be on top and your tab should be on the right side. Okay, this is the output that you should get. Your image should be on top or on the left, and your tab content should go to the right. Okay, all if you make that small change, go to the parent container, the container fluid, right, the row, and turn that into dflex. Once you turn it into dflex, add another class. Okay, add another class called flexWrap. Okay, so that's going to wrap the rows that are bigger than its parent. So once you do that, you should see your output like this. So automatically the stuff on your left goes to the bottom and the order changes, right? So even though you have your image inside the second div, it shows up first. Okay, that's the code. My pictures are one below the other on Excel screen. What do you mean one below the other? Wait, just give me a second. Yeah, it'll be one below the other only. That's how it's supposed to look. We'll fix that also in a minute, okay? Just leave it like that. Who wanted the code? Where did you get the code? Yep, okay. Now what I want you guys to do is, I remember I told you when you say order 2 and order 1, this is going to affect the smaller screen size all the way up to the biggest one, right? Now what we want to do is, we want to maintain this order only on screen sizes up to XL. So XL and above have to have a different order, right? So you'll have to add another responsive breakpoint here. So I'm going to say order XL, and this is going to be 1. So when you reach your XL screen size alone, I want you to switch the order to 1. Similarly, what we're going to do is, I'm going to collapse this. Sorry. I'm going to collapse this, and I'm going to say order. On the second column, I'm going to say order XL2. Okay? All of you done that? First column should have reverse order for XL. Second should also have reverse order for XL. So once you make that change, it's going to stay the same way on a mobile phone. But the minute you hit the XL screen size, it's going to revert back to the original design. All of you do that and then let me know. It's only 5:30. Okay, we have enough time to make the site a lot better. So please do it real quick. Done. Swana, did it fix itself? Yeah, okay. Okay, what about the others? All of you done? Add a responsive breakpoint for your order alone, okay? Okay, Ashik done. Subiksha done. Okay, all of you done? Yeah, now a small change alone, okay? A small, not a change exactly, a small addition. So if you notice over here, when you go into your non-Excel screen size, you can see that the tab touches the top, right? And you don't want that. You want that to be, you want a little spacing over that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this one right here, right? The first column, and we're simply going to add a class here. We're going to say my4. Okay, just add my4. Is this necessary or needs to be done when we create other websites? Which part does, Silas? That really depends on your wish now. This is the way I want my design to look. This is the way this is how it makes logical sense, right? You have your images on top and then you have your content below the images. But on a design wise, I want it to be left and right, and I wanted to meet over here in the center. That's the way I like it. So that's and plus this is really useful for teaching both Flexbox, right? Okay, all of you done? Once you're done, just say yes, okay? If all of you have put my4 and your screen becomes responsive this way, right? All of you say yes, right? Can you please repeat? Okay, if you go to your upper column, right, the first column with the content inside it, the tab content, just add this class called my4 inside it. Add my4 and it should have a spacing above and below. Okay. What about the others? All of you done? There's like 60 of you guys. My picture is not connected in the center. Okay, it's not connected in the center. What did you do? Preeti, can you share your screen? Real quick. Right? So all of you have the layout. Okay. Guys, just give me 2 minutes. I'll fix this code. Okay, that's the code. That's the change I made, okay? Right. Preeti, can you hit Control Shift and I? Okay, and switch to larger screen size. I want you to resize the console on the right side. Just resize the console. Yeah, resize the console. And switch to a larger screen size. Yeah, 1440. Just do that. No, not 4K. 1440. Yeah, that screen size. Right? Okay, now scroll down. There's something else that is broken on your website. It's not the... Okay, refresh the page once. Okay, there's something else that is broken in your site. You must have copy pasted it into the wrong place by mistake. Can you just check with my GitHub code? I'll make a push right now. Can you just check with my GitHub code? Okay. Right. Can't push. Okay. Bro, after my 4, have you done anything? After your 4, what do you mean 4?
After my4 bro. அந்த my4 கமெண்ட்க்கு அப்புறம் அத பண்ணீங்களா?
நோடா அப்படியே தான்.
இந்த கரண்ட் போயிடுச்சுங்க அதனால.
Yeah. There was a break in between.
Okay.
Okay, I made a small change to my GitHub code a couple of hours ago, so I won't be able to push the latest code to my GitHub yet. Just give me a second. Ooh, 7 hours ago. Okay. Which files? Just give me a second, guys. I'll fix the GitHub error. You guys just give me 2 minutes, okay? I'm gonna make a small change. Okay guys, done. It's the same link, okay? It's the same link, but I created a new repository and I pushed my latest code into it, okay? So you guys can go refer to the code all over again if you get stuck in between. So we'll continue from where we left off, right? Okay, index. Any idea what we were doing when I ran to that problem? What were you trying to fix exactly? MI4, okay. Yeah, okay, then we're done. Right, so that was like the final change I wanted to make, okay? The MI4 thingy. Oops. Okay, this is the old one. Okay, you guys have the changes, right? Somehow my files didn't get merged or something, and the changes don't reflect on mine. Nice. Okay, since you guys have all the latest, the icons look bad on. Okay, Swan, I have bigger problems here. Okay, for now you guys have the latest version and it's fully responsive, right? My version is not responsive. I did something and I broke it by mistake, and I can't recover it. Instead, I'll teach you guys the other stuff that you need to know. Okay, right? So first thing, what I want you guys to do is, does this code differ if I have a portrait image? Why do you have a portrait image? Over here. For the services. It's the same basically, but the portrait image has to scale all the way to half your screen size. But it'll be the same. The code doesn't really change. It's exactly the same. Right. Okay. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is, no, I'll show you something. There's a JavaScript library called relax. Okay, got really messed up, so I did the M4 only. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so there's this thing called relax.js. Okay, it's an open source library, and what it basically does is, okay, look at this. If I scroll down the page, you can see that the green and the blue boxes move faster than the background, right? You can see the effect, right, as I scroll. That's what's known as parallax. Okay, Parallax. That's called a parallax, and I want this exact same effect on my side, except I want it only on my hero. So if you look at my hero, the hello world along with the fake paragraph and the button move along with the background, right? And I want to turn this into a parallax thingy. So what I'll do is I'll go to cdnjs.org, and I'm going to get the whole relax library. Okay, and as you can see, there's only one link, and there's the default file, right? That's the JavaScript file. I want to paste this link in the chat. All of you go click on that link, open it in your browser, and then copy it. Okay, don't copy it directly from Google Meet. Click on it, open it, and then copy it. Right, so I have it copied. Once you guys copy it, all of you just go copy it and let me know once you've done it. Done. Okay. Okay, yeah. I somehow had an old piece of source code, so I got back my old thingy. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, repeat. Okay, I want you to copy the link in the chat. Okay, I just sent a link. Click on that link, open it in your browser, and then copy the link from the URL bar. So it should look exactly like this link over here, right? All of you copy that link. Surely, tell me once you get it. Where to paste? I'll tell you where to paste. Wait, so do I have to click this link? Yeah, Sneha. Click on the link so it'll open in your browser, okay? Only when you open it in your browser, it'll turn into this format over here. So then copy it from your browser's URL bar. Surely once you finish, let me know. I'll tell you guys what to do with the link. All of you are done. And your next step is to go. Yeah, that's the link. Yeah, surely. Can you send me that link? Because there's something wrong with my browser, I guess. Sneha, I just sent Shirley just sent the link. It's right above your message. Okay. Just give me a second. I'll send it to you. I'll do one thing. I'll post it in the Telegram group, okay? Just see if you guys can take it from there. Just go check the Telegram group, guys. I put the link in the group. Just check if you can get it from there. Otherwise, what you do is, on Google Meet itself, right? I want you to select the text. Don't right click it. Select the link, okay? I mean, use your mouse to drag across it and select it. Then do a right click and do copy, okay? Just do that. That should work. Also, if you copy this code, right, and go to your browser and paste it in, it should show you code like this. This is basically the JavaScript that you're including in your site. Yeah, it is coming with code. Yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to look. I thought your URL had code in it or something. This is how it's supposed to look. This is the JavaScript library that you're including in your site, okay? So get that link, and once you go to your website, go all the way down, okay? And you see initialize swiper, right? Just forget all these lines that I have here. This is like a latest version that I programmed. Okay, so go right below your initialize swiper and do script source, okay? Script source is equal to, and paste that link in there. Just do that alone. Once you do that, let me know. All if you do that, at the end of your document, right before your body tag finishes, do script source is equal to and paste that link in there. Once you do it, let me know.
Anna.
Yeah.
No, like towards your left, that screen is there. And the I have now. What should I do next? Episode.
Either
this
just
one I have.
copy the URL bar, whatever's in the URL, and just paste it in here. Okay. Right. All of you finished. If you're done, just say yes. Okay. Right. Now what I want you to do is, if you go back to your page and if you see there is still no change, right? Nothing changes, and I'll tell you why. That's because you haven't specified, even though you have the library in here, the relax library in here, you haven't told your HTML page what has to be animated, right? So if you go back to your to the relax website, they say you have to initialize relax. Remember this? We did the same thing with swiper. When we included swiper in here, we had to initialize it, right, with some piece of JavaScript code. It's the same process when you include any JavaScript library. You have to import the library first with a script tag and a link over here, and then you have to initialize the library. That's the same process, okay? So what I want you to do is, below the code, okay, below the relax's import code, I wanted to create another script tag, and we're gonna have to paste some stuff in here, okay? This should be below your relax's code, okay? Make sure you make a script tag there with a new line. Once you do that, I want you to copy. Okay, you don't have to copy. I'll send the line over to you on the chat again, right? There's just one line that you have to paste in there. Just copy paste that line in there. Once you do that, you should have initialized relax, right? Or if you do that and then say yes if you have. Okay, cool. Even now, if you go all the way up, right, nothing is going to animate. We're going to have to make this animate. So to do that, if you go back to your relax's documentation, they say basic markup, right? And they say you should simply add the relax class to a div or any element, and it will start acting like it's a parallax element, right? So to do that, I'm simply going to go, I want all of you to do this only to this specific div, okay? If you do it anything else, it will look very broken. So I'm going to go all the way up to my hero, okay? All of you go to your hero, right? All of you go to your hero and then let me know. Inside your hero, I want you to specifically add it to the container, okay? Right inside your section, you have your parent container, right? I want you to add the class relax in there, right? All of you do that. All of you just add relax over there. Done. Yep, and now if you do a hard refresh on your page, you should see your background move a little faster than your text. You guys see the parallax effect, right? Everything moves a little faster. And if you guys have a nice background that doesn't have any plain solid color at the back, you should see it move even better. Right? All of you see that effect, right? If all of you have gotten this far, let me know. Show me the relax code. Okay, just go to your parent container and write relax. Okay, just add a class called relax. That's all, and it will repeat. Deepak, okay. What you do is at the bottom, right? Sorry. Go all the way to the bottom, and you've imported relax, right, from the link I sent to you. Right below it, make a script tag, and copy paste the code that I sent to the chat. Okay, this will initialize relax. After which, go all the way up to your hero. Okay, I mean to your hero section, and inside the parent container, add a class called relax, and that's it. It should automatically give you the whole parallax effect. All of you done?
Anna, kindly show the code below, Anna.
Okay.
1 minute pause.
Yeah. Okay. Forget this code. You guys don't have to worry about this code, okay? Only this is the code that I want you to concentrate on. The one below is not in your files. You don't have to have it for now. I'll show you later on. Cyrus, you got it? Also, Sophie, you got it, right? Deepak, did you get it? Okay. I'm not getting the effect. Sophie, make sure you copy paste this inside a script tag, okay? Inside a script tag. Below it, you'll have to create another script element and paste the code that I sent on the chat, okay? Sneha, just give me 1 minute. Once you do this, all of you done this? Surely you got this? Surely you got this?
Yes, Anna.
Okay,
Yes,
now
Anna.
go all the way up to the top. You should see your hero section. Right inside your section tag, you have a parent container, right? Add the class RELLAX, relax in there. Just do that. All of you done? If you do, if you've done it, you'll get this. Right? Now if you go back to your React documentation, your Relax documentation, you can see that they've said optional speed -10 to +10, right? So you can basically vary the speed. So what you have to do is, there's something called a data attribute, okay? So you can say data relax speed, and okay, so here's what data attributes do. They're basically attributes that you add to a tag. The only difference is that these attributes are not HTML attributes. Instead, these are all custom attributes that will be used by the JavaScript file over here. Okay, so this JavaScript file, for instance, if I copy this thing, right, the data relax speed, I should be able to see this in the JavaScript, hopefully. Right, it says, you can see the class over here, right? It says get attribute, and you can see data relax speed. So this JavaScript file makes use of this data attribute over here. So you can vary your speed. So what I'll do is I'll copy this, and you guys don't have to do this, okay, if it's too complex. And I'll add it to the same relax element, right? And if you see, my speed should have varied. It moves a little faster. Now what I can do is I can bring that all the way down to say -1, and it moves a little slower. Now I can take that to say 10, and it should move super fast. You guys see it, right? If I close this and if I simply scroll, it moves super fast, right? So you can basically use data attributes to control the speed. So that's another thing. All if you've done this, just tell me if you're clear up until this point, and then we can move on to another JavaScript thingy that we're going to do. Clear? Okay, all of you. We've hardly got 20 minutes of coding, okay? After this, we're done. You guys are gonna launch your site, and I'm gonna show you a couple of more things about the internet. Right, okay. Rahul, if you're there, just make a new clone now, because I deleted that file and I recloned it on my computer.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I haven't made the clone yet. Maybe I'll show them how this stuff works also.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Okay, all of you done. Now what I want you to do is go all the way down, right before your body tag closes. In there, I want you to add this line, okay? Just give this any name you want. I've called it smooth scroll.js. Give it scroll.js or any name you want to, but just add a link over here, okay? to a file. This file does not exist in your system yet, but just add it for now, and then I'll tell you guys what you should do. Okay. Okay, all of you done? One minute, please repeat. Go all the way down right before your body tag closes, okay? And add a link to a JavaScript file over here. Just add the code that you see, literally. Just type this line out in there. Only this line, okay? Line 704 alone. Just type that line in. Done? Okay, now what I want you guys to do is, inside the same directory, right click and add a new file. Okay, right click, add a new file. Give this the name that you gave in your script source over here. Okay, so I called it smoothscroll.js. I'm going to give it the same name. Okay, make sure it has the .js extension. This is very important. So you're basically creating a JavaScript file. You're going to include this JavaScript. You have already included this JavaScript file in your HTML file, okay? And we're going to have to put some code in there. I'll send the code to you. It's only a couple of lines. I'll send the code to you. Copy paste it into that file, okay? Smoothscroll.js. Copy paste that code in there, okay? All of you do that real quick. I have to finish this in like another 20 to 25 minutes max. We have to fix the nav bar and we have to fix our internal links. Okay, done? All of the others just say done once you have done that. Only then I can send the code. Okay. Right? Here's the code. Oh no, it got cut. Okay. How else do I do it? Okay, I have an idea. What I'll do is I'll paste it, I'll push it to my Git. All of you open up my GitHub, okay? All of you open up my GitHub. I'll just send the link to my GitHub again. All of you just head over to my GitHub page, okay? Open it real quick. Yeah, Silas, the session is recording. Okay, all of you open up my GitHub. I'll push the code to my GitHub, and you guys can take it from there. Right, all of you go to my GitHub. If you've already clicked on that link, just reload the page once. You'll see this file called smoothscroll.js. Okay, all of you go get that file. Just open that file, click on it and open that file, and you should see this entire code over here. Just copy the entire code and paste it into your new file that you just created. Okay, all of you do that real quick. Okay. And a GitHub link, please. Okay. I'll send the link to the file itself directly. So just open that. Okay, just click on it, open it. Copy this entire thing, paste it into the new file. Okay. Okay, that's most of you. All of you done? Just say yes if you have, okay? There's very few people who have said yes. Done? Okay, so your code should look like this. Now if I have to explain this entire code, it's gonna take, you guys need to know jQuery and JavaScript, so it'll take a really long time. So we're just gonna skip. You guys don't have to worry about this. I'll show you only one thing, okay? So basically what this code does is, let's say you go to some huge site like, not huge, most sites have this. For example, I'll take Google Cloud, okay? And if you go into this, let's go to docs, and I'll just show you a feature over here. So take any, okay, now what happens is you have a long page, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one of these links on the side. You can see the page scrolls down, right? But it doesn't just jump, it scrolls slowly, like an actual person scrolling, right? That's called smooth scroll. So that's basically what this JavaScript code does. But if you notice, there's a problem on our page. If you scroll all the way down on to your services section, you'll see these accordion tabs, right? So basically what these are also links, right, at the end of the day, because these are all internal links. The problem is if you add smooth scroll, right, to all the links in the page, the minute you click on this, your page is going to scroll. It's not going to work as expected. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to create a class called smooth, right? We are going to target elements with a class named smooth. That's why we have a dot over here. So what this basically does is it targets every link with a class named smooth in it, and it adds the smooth scrolling thing into those links alone. Okay, so what we're basically going to do is go onto our HTML page, and okay, right before that we'll have to initialize the script. No, we don't have to. Okay, sorry, I'll just delete this. Got injected by live server. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, so guys, go all the way up. Okay, go all the way up. Remember, we have this button here that says scroll down. Go all the way to that button. Or if you just go to that button, it's right here. Okay, and you guys should see a button tag here, right? You'll see a button tag here with no. This is how it's gonna look for you guys. Okay, this is the element that I want you to target. Okay, go to that element. All of you pick that, and I want you to make a small change to it. Okay, first thing I want you to do is turn that button into an anchor. Okay, so copy that and turn that into a link. Just delete the button, the word button alone, and put A instead. So what you're basically doing is you're converting that button into an internal link. But since you have the same classes, right, the classes for a button, the visual is not going to change except for the font color. Go all the way up. You see the code for this button, right? The scroll down button that I told you to add on the first day. Just go to that piece of code, turn that button into an anchor. Just turn that into an anchor real quick. Once you do that, say yes. Yes? Okay. Now my only problem is that for me, since this is a red button, I don't want my text to be dark. This is your personal wish. I'm simply going to add text white, and I'm going to make the text inside it white. Okay, this is my personal preference. You guys can leave it if you want to. Okay, and the other thing that I'm going to do is now we have a link, but we don't have a href, right? So we're not telling this link where it has to link to. So create another attribute here called the href attribute. Okay, all of you do a href, but this time I want you to add a hashtag and say intro. Okay, all of you do that, and I'll explain why we add the hashtag. Okay, specifically make it hashtag intro. Okay, all of you do that, then say yes. Okay, so basically what the hashtag does is, the minute your HTML page sees the hashtag, it'll recognize this as what is known as an internal link. Okay, so in HTML you have internal links and external links. External links are the ones that you click and it takes you to another page, right? Those are all external links. The internal links are the one that I just showed you, right? The ones that you click on the page that takes you elsewhere on the page. Those are all internal links. You don't go to any other page. You're on the same page, but you scroll up or down. So that's basically what internal links are used for. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say when this link is clicked, right, it should take us to a section with this ID, with the hashtag intro, right? So what we're going to do is, right, just scroll a little bit down, and you'll see a second section, right, the intro section. Just add this attribute, just add an ID to it called intro. So what you're basically linking to here is right here. So when you say hashtag intro, you're basically linking it to this section over here. All of you do that. Once you do that, just say yes. Add an ID to your intro called intro. Okay, the others. Okay, cool. So now if you go back to your page, I'll just close all these unnecessary links. Right. So if you go back to your page and you click on scroll down, okay, it hasn't loaded yet. Hit refresh. Okay. Okay, yeah guys, sorry. I made a small, we missed out something really small, okay. remember when I told you that you have to add this class name smooth? It's going to target only these class names, right? Yeah, exactly. Sneha's right. So we'll have to add this class name here. We're going to have to say scroll. Just add the class name scroll to your anchor. Is it scroll or smooth? It's smooth. Oh, sorry. It's smooth. Good job. Okay, the name of the class is smooth. Okay, once you add that class, this should automatically scroll down smoothly. Okay, it says hashtag intro. Oops. I think there's a small mistake here. Okay, yeah, there's another thing that I want to address. Okay. All of you done? Once you put scroll, just let me know, okay? Once you smooth. Once you add the class smooth, let me know. I'll explain another small thing. All of you done? Okay, cool. Now if you notice, when you click on scroll down, right, it doesn't work. It doesn't link to any part of the page. Okay, so now if you look inside your console, your...
DM.
Crap. Okay, once you look at your console, it doesn't go smooth. Yeah, it won't go smooth, and I'll tell you why. If you look over here, it says type error, dot animate is not a function, right? And it shows you an error in jQuery, right? In the jQuery file. If you guys remember, on our first day, I told you jQuery is used to add animations and is used to make your site look really cool, right? It'll add transitions and animations. But jQuery over here is not doing it, and I'll tell you why. If you scroll all the way down and look at your bootstrap jQuery, right, towards the end of the file, you notice that it comes from the server code.jquery.com, and here's the file name with the version name, jQuery 3.5.1. But if you notice, it says slim, right? The problem with slim is that they skip a lot of pieces of code inside jQuery, and it doesn't give you the full library. This is not the full library. This is a slim version of the library. So the particular piece of code that we want here is called animate. Okay, and animate is not a part of this code. So what you're gonna have to do is delete this script tag entirely. Okay, just delete that line entirely. Okay, all if you go to your bootstrap file, delete the line wherein you have imported jQuery. Okay, this came along with our bootstrap template, right? Because bootstrap didn't expect you to use a bunch of other stuff. That's just a starter template, right? So I wanted to delete that jQuery line alone. Okay, delete it and then let me know. Right, all of you done? Don't delete the wrong one, please. Delete the one that says jQuery. Okay, the first JavaScript import link. Right? I'll send a link again. I wanted to copy paste that link. So I'm just going to go back to cdnjs.com again. And I'm going to search for, say, jQuery. Right? And I'm going to pick the modified version. I'm going to send the link in the chat. I'm going to send it to the Telegram group as well. All of you go, open that link, copy paste from your browser, okay? So this is what it should look like. It's huge. Copy the link. Okay, all of you copy the link. Do that first, then I'll tell you what to do. Done? All of you copied it? Okay, now what I want you to do is create a script tag, okay? Create a script tag, give it a source, and add the link in that source. That's all you have to do. Just do this. Right? So we're basically replacing the slim version of jQuery that came with our bootstrap starter template with the minified version. All the others are done. Right, once you do that, it should automatically scroll smoothly. You see the effect, guys? I'll scroll up, click on scroll down, it scrolls down smoothly. You can literally add the class smooth to any link on the any internal link on the page, and it'll scroll smoothly. Okay. Bro, repeat once. There's a link that I sent in the chat, right? Click on that link, open it in your browser. It'll open like this. It should look like this. Then copy the link from the URL bar. Copy it. Go to your file. Go all the way down. Okay. And then create a script tag and paste it in the source. Not smooth. Are you sure this is the first one? Only after this you have to add bootstrap and all of that. Okay, and in the end only you'll add smoothscroll.js. Make sure it's in the right order. This should be first. Scroll down into some... Yeah, you can change it to any button you want to. It is first. Okay, share your screen. Does it work for everybody else? Okay, go to your HTML file. Show me the jQuery code. Okay, sure. Go down, all the way down. Yeah. Can you make it big? I can't really see anything. Like zoom in twice. Control plus plus. Hold down Control plus twice. Yeah. Go down. No, scroll down. You can zoom out a little bit. I can't see. Hold down Control Alt Z. Alt and Z. Close this file explorer thingy on the left side. Yeah. Go down. Hold down the keys Alt Z. Yeah. Go down. No, I don't want to see that. Go down. Smoothscroll.js. Okay, open your file explorer. On the left side. No, on the left side. Open up the... Yeah. Scroll down and show me the name of the file. The JavaScript file name. Smoothscroll.js. Click on that file name. Okay, go back to your... Save the file. You didn't save the file. Yeah, go back to your web page and check if it works. Refresh the page. Hold down Control and F5. Okay, now try. Okay, come back to your HTML page and show me the code in the hero section. Hey, all the others, if you want to, do one thing. Go to your nav bar and change all these links, okay? You guys can basically put the links to the section part, the testimonials part and the footer part in your nav bar, okay? Follow the same process. Give each of these sections an ID and use that ID as an internal link over here. Just do that real fast. I'll get back to you. Okay, stay here, close the file explorer. Okay, show me that link over there. Go down. Yeah. Hashtag intro. Hold down the keys Alt Z. Yeah. Okay, go down, show me the ID is equal to intro. Okay. Go all the way down now. Show me the imports, import, the jQuery import. Preeti, just give me 1 minute. Okay, now go down a little more. Not able to figure out. Go down a little more. Okay. Hey Rahul, are you able to figure out what the problem is?
Yeah, hello?
Just check if you can, just see if you can figure out what her problem is. Everything seems to be correct.
Okay, so what seems to be the problem? I was listening actually. Another thing.
The smooth scroll for her is not working. If she clicks on it, it update jumps to the part of the page that it has to. But she has included jQuery. Right below, she has included the JavaScript file that I sent, the JavaScript code that I sent to her. She has changed this into an internal link, and she has given the section and ID also, but it still doesn't work for her. Or do one thing. I'll push the code to my Git again. Can you just check for the differences? Okay, stay here. Just go check for the differences. Okay, I've pushed my code. Okay. Preeti, which part are you stuck at? Preeti, can you also go check my GitHub? The nav bar. Okay, go to your nav bar. All these links are there, right? Just convert all these into normal links, like the home link. Okay, convert them all into internal links. Give each section an ID and link it to your nav bar's links. So every time you click on something on your nav bar, it will scroll down to that part. Okay, just do that. If you're in the middle of the process, also it's fine. Just leave it at that. We'll start uploading it to GitHub now. Okay, all of you done? Just say yes if you're all done. Okay. Everybody else done? Even if you're making changes to the nav bar, it's fine. Just leave it for now. You can do the changes later on. Right? And if you guys noticed, we built literally an entire responsive site with how much of CSS code? We hardly wrote 70 lines of code with a bunch of empty lines in between, right? That's like hardly 45 to 50 lines of code, right? It was that simple building an entire site and making it responsive, right? Just one breakpoint, one media query, and you could build an entirely responsive website. So now what I want you to do is, we're going to upload this. Open your file explorer, okay? Your Windows file explorer, or if you're on a Mac, just open the Explorer on Mac and go to your projects. Okay. Right, all if you go in, open, okay, you should see all your files here. All if you do that, once you're ready, just tell me. I want you to open this, plus I want you to open your GitHub, okay? Open your GitHub. For you guys, it should be empty, right? There should not be any, there won't be any files. Or if you know how to use GitHub and if you've committed files, it's fine. Just open your GitHub. All if you go to GitHub, keep your source files open. Just do that and then say done. Okay. Sudarshan. Okay, just open your GitHub. Okay, were you there on the first day? Okay, so you have a GitHub account, right? Just open up the GitHub repo that we created on the first day. It should be empty, or if you've committed something, then it should be there. Just open up that page. Go to your website's root directory, okay, where you have all your files. Just go there. All of you done? What about the others? Yes. Okay. Okay, now if you see this option over here, it says add file, right? Vasantara Devi. Open your website's root directory. Open the GitHub repository you created on the first day. On the first day you created a repo, right? Open up that repositories page. Once you do, just send yes. Okay, I think I have a few others have to do it. All of you do that. Okay, you see this button here that says upload files, right? Click on upload files. It should say drag files here to add them to your repository. That's the easiest way for you to add files, but this is a very crappy method. I'll tell you why. So all you have to do is select all your website files, drag them onto that box.
Bro, enga bro correct irukku? Code on time.
Code. Yeah. Upload files. Here da, on top. Code ku pakkathile left side la. Add file, upload files irukka. Look at my screen.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Here da, on the left side of code you'll see upload files. Okay, upload files, all if you do it, it's actually different. Okay, I'll do it from the beginning. All if you open your GitHub, right? It's different. How does it look? Under link, there's create upload new file. Okay. What? All you have to do is open up the GitHub repo that you just created. Where's the repo? Yeah, under add file, you guys don't see upload files.
Bro, add file illa bro.
Listen to what they're saying now. Like a link under the repo.
So basically, when you open up the page, there's like you have your link. Under the link, you have create new file or upload existing files from your desktop or laptop. If you click on upload existing files, you go onto the same page as what you got.
Okay, that's because you guys don't have any files uploaded, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, if you guys have created a new repo, it will say upload files, upload an existing directory from your computer, right? Click on that link over there.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, yeah. Right, so all of you have the screen, right? All you have to do is copy all of these files and then drag them. Done? All of you do that. It should upload all of your files. If all of you have finished uploading and you don't see a progress bar anymore, just say yes. Pritika, you don't have that. Can you share your screen? Yeah. Hey, for guys who don't have it, right, I'll simply create a new repo and I'll show you what that screen looks like, okay? So if you guys have a new repo, right, say test123. I'm simply creating a repo, okay, just to show you guys what that page would look like. This is the page that you are on, right? All of you see it. Hey, just let me know if you've done it, okay? All of you see it? Okay, there's this link here that says upload an existing file, right? Click on that. You see this link here, it says upload existing file. Underneath the link. Ritika, you see it, right? It's underneath that. It says upload an existing file. Okay, click on that and it should take you to the same page that I have. So once you drag and drop, it should upload, right? I'll go back to my own repo. Okay, and I'll upload all of my files. Okay, all of you uploaded. Say yes again if you've all uploaded it. Okay. Done? Okay, now if you look at this green button, it says commit changes, right? Click on commit changes. Green button at the bottom that says commit changes. Click on that. Okay, all of you do that. Rishi, did you select the CSS file and drag it over? It will work. If not, do the same process. Click on add file, upload files and drag and drop your CSS file. All of you done. You have all your files in your GitHub repo. After you do this, say yes again. It should look like mine right now, the one I have right now. It should look exactly the same. All of you say yes. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Just give commit changes, it will upload. Yeah, yes, Sandro. Click commit. All of you done? Divya and Andrew just say done. Okay, done. Okay, now what I want you to do is go to settings. Net damn slow, still uploading. Yeah, okay, I'll wait. Just tell me when it is done. Okay, if it is uploading, just listen to a little bit of theory. Right, so what exactly is GitHub? I've been telling about GitHub since day one, right? Everybody should have heard of this if you get into software. So if you go to, I'll open GitHub without logging in. Okay, so if you look at this, it says GitHub is a development platform inspired by the way you work. Okay, and it says you can host and review code, manage projects, and build software. Right. So it's basically a PaaS, okay. When you get into cloud computing, there's something called a PaaS, okay, PaaS, or product as a service. So what GitHub is that it's a PaaS. So what you can do on GitHub is that you can upload your code, you can use it as a hosting service, and you can also use it as what's known as a version control service. And Rahul and I will demonstrate what version control is, okay. And there's another concept in computer science called Devops, okay. Devops is short for development and operations. And in Devops you have two concepts, okay. One concept is called continuous integration or CI. The other one is continuous delivery or continuous deployment, CD. Okay, I guess I'll pull up Notepad and I'll type it down here. Okay, one is CI, which is continuous integration, and the other one is CD, which is continuous deployment, or what was the other word I told you guys? Delivery, yeah. Continuous deployment or delivery, okay. That's what CI/CD is. So using GitHub, you can do the whole CI/CD thing, and I'll show you what continuous integration is, okay, in a minute. So since all of you done uploading, surely done uploading. PaaS is platform as a service, a product as a service. Yeah. It's a part of the cloud computing thing. No, you can skip the readme thing. You don't need a readme. Just say commit. Okay, surely. How long does it? That is okay. I'll wait then. I'll do a little more of theory. Preeti, can you redo it? Try uploading again. Refresh the page and drag and drop again. Yeah, okay, Sharon. I'll wait. Okay, so if you look at GitHub, I'll tell you where GitHub is hosted. Okay, so you all know you put your code over here, right? But where exactly is your code living? Okay, you have no idea where this code is, right? You just is your account public? It is public. Okay, you're asking her. It is not uploading. Some other files are uploading. Your JS also would upload, duh. All of you, the first day itself I told you, right? Create a public repo. I very specifically said don't do anything else. Create a public repo. If you've not created a public repo, then hey, Silas, try again, da. Or you have the whole Git integration thing in your VS Code, right? Try uploading from there. Okay, yeah. I have only about 25 minutes more, okay? So if you guys have problems uploading and it's completely stuck now, then I'll help you guys after the session. You can still host your site, but I'll have to finish it soon, okay? Okay, so I was talking about where these files are, right? So you have no idea where these files are. So there's a company, it's called QTS Data Centers, okay? If I head over to the site, QTS Data Centers. It's called qtsdatacenters.com, okay? And these guys are an American hosting company. And if you look at the header over here, right, under data centers, you see two countries. You see United States and you see Netherlands, right? And most of the data centers are in the United States. So this is the company that GitHub is hosted on, okay? So all of the GitHub code, right, everything you've uploaded just now is all in the US, or it might be in the Netherlands. We don't know where exactly, but there's a good chance it's only in the US, okay? But here's what happens. You put your code on that server and then anybody can access that code in the form of a website. Okay, so here's how it's done. Go to your GitHub, click on settings, okay? Inside the same repo, click on settings. Once you go to settings page, let me know. Or if you go, click on settings. Preeti, done uploading. Okay, Preeti, click on settings then. Okay, all of you go to settings. Everybody, tell me once it is loaded. Sharon, did it finish uploading? Yes. Okay. Oh, still. Okay. Then Sharon, I'll right after this is done, I'll teach you. Okay. I'll tell you what you have to do. It's a small process only. Okay. Once you go to settings, scroll all the way down until you see the word GitHub Pages. Okay, all of you go to GitHub Pages. Just go super fast, scroll down. You'll see GitHub Pages. Once you see GitHub Pages, say yes. Fast. I want to finish by 6:45. I want you all to finish uploading. Done? Yes. Okay, now look very carefully, okay? Look very carefully. Under GitHub Pages, I'm going to click on none. It says source, right? And it says GitHub Pages is currently disabled. Select a source below to enable GitHub Pages for this repository, right? So underneath this, if I click on none, it should say master branch, right? Click on this, it will say master branch. Set it to master branch, okay? All of you do that. The page will reload. All of you do that. That's it, your site is live. Once your page reloads, you should see this link here. If you click on this link, your site is hosted and it is available all across the world. And I'll demonstrate this. I'll demo and I'll tell you a couple of more theoretical things. Okay, so all of you just set that to master branch and it should reload. You'll get a link. If you click on that link, it'll take you to your website. This site is live, okay? You can see it from anywhere, from any server. I mean from any part of the world, from any computer. Right? All of the changes that we made, everything that you integrated, it's all online. Right? And it's completely responsive on every screen size. That's like your entire uploaded code. Right? All of you got it. After master branch, the page will reload.
Bro, error no, error 404.
Reload the page now. Ashik, is your repo public?
Where to set that, bro?
First create பண்ணும்போது direct repo name கொடுத்துட்டு directly you clicked on create repo
ஆமா
எது மாத்தல
எதுமே மாத்தல
okay then it's public okay then if you enter I guess you entered a slow or something still the same
there is no Github Pages
okay do one thing then go back to your repo go to settings scroll down
okay
turn this into master branch if those of you who got 404 okay some of you got it some of you it didn't work it's at 404 all the others if you've uploaded your site still the same okay Michelle Vimmel do one thing go back to your repo okay go back to your repo copy the link open the same thing hold on Ctrl Shift N if you guys don't upload it properly you will have problems okay if you guys don't upload your code properly there will be issues like the image is not loading or the style being broken and all that only if you upload it properly and if you followed every instruction then it will work otherwise you guys will have problems okay if you have problems now leave it no image okay you guys haven't uploaded the images properly did you make sure to select all of the files in your directory and then drag and drop it okay Andy has it working for those of you icons aren't how I customized it yes CSS is not working nanikara still 404 working bro Andrews okay after Ctrl Shift N you open it in incognito right paste that link in there open your GitHub repo in incognito and then sign in okay once you sign in do the same process inside incognito hopefully that should share a different cache right go to settings and do the same process again GitHub Pages master branch Allison working all the others does it work okay for those of them whose GitHub Pages link is working right what I want you to do is go to the Telegram chat send your link in the chat don't send it to me send it to the chat please I don't want to get spammed with a bunch of links send the link in the chat okay the Telegram group chat okay Daddy okay all of you just go send the link to your site Swana wait I'll get to you okay all of you just send the link in the group chat who is not in the chat Pratana okay Ritika which one has been collapsed my website what do you mean it has been collapsed
the hero image is not there actually
okay while uploading you might have made a mistake then
okay and the style.css file has also not been uploaded for me
yeah okay then re-upload it no just select everything and then try re-uploading it
okay.
404 out of the chat as well okay I'll send you guys I'll send you guys a link to the Telegram chat then. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of you have uploaded your site. What about the others? All of you do it real quick. I'll give you only 5 minutes, okay? All of you have a website, upload it real quick. If you have problems with uploading, then skip the part and just wait for the theory. And then we'll be done. Okay. Okay, if that's the Telegram chat, okay? Yeah, okay, Divya, you can send it later in Telegram. Can you please repeat what we should do after uploading the files? After uploading the files, go to settings, okay? You'll see settings. Go to settings. And then scroll all the way down till you see Github Pages. Do that. Okay, select this, the first one, the source button here, and set it to master branch. Your web page will reload automatically, and it will show you a link saying a site is published at blah blah blah. Okay, I have a bunch of submissions. 1, 2, 3, 4. 17 of you submitted. There's like 56 of you. Your website link. It's over here in green, right? Send that link. Surely crestable error. How else can I send? Telegram isn't working for me. Okay, Pratha, just send it in this chat here. I'll copy paste it. Okay, Chandra. Surely. Did you try the whole incognito method? Hold on the keys Ctrl-Shift-N. Hold on Ctrl-Shift-N. Go to github.com. Open your repo over there. And then try doing the same process through incognito. Okay, Pratna. Error incognito also. Okay, then just give it a couple of minutes. I'll explain why, okay? I'll tell you why the error might come up. Okay, Sarah. Okay. For those of you who have the error, just wait. I'll explain why the error happens sometimes. Sorry.
ப்ரோ இப்போ ஆல்ரெடி அப்லோட் பண்ண ஃபைல்ஸ் எப்படி delete பண்ணனும்? delete பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு வாட்டி ரீஅப்லோட் பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம்.
Okay, do one thing. Go to code itself, whichever file you want to delete. Just click on that file alone, like for example the image. Then there'll be a delete option on the side. Delete this file. Upper key commit. Once you finish.
Okay.
Okay, all of you done. We can update our nav bar. You can update everything later on, okay? Just same process, update and then push it live. I thought I'd have half an hour to do this section, this part of the section, this part of the session. Okay, I got a bunch of links. What about the others? There's literally 57 of you. Also remember guys, after uploading a file, if you change some code in my code, how can I update it? You again re-upload it. You copy all of that and then re-upload it. Okay, Sneha, send the link. Done, Pritika? Okay, cool. Send the link in the group then. Okay, I got your link. I'll go check all of these links later on. I'll find out which. Yeah.
Anna, for me only the testimonial. I think the picture is not being seen. Others are fine.
Try re-uploading the testimonial folder alone. Otherwise, for now, you guys leave it. As long as you know how the process is done, that's enough. Okay. So you guys know what the process is, right? Go to settings, GitHub Pages, build from master. That's the entire process. Once you know this, you can do it on your own. For now, we'll do a little bit of theory and we'll finish. Okay, so I want all of you to... Those of you who have problems, just leave it at that. Those of you uploaded, you can listen. All of you done, just say yes if you've done. Okay, that's not an issue. We'll do it in the... You can do it later after the session. You know the process now. Okay, all of you say yes if you have done. So then we can continue. I'll tell you, Pratana. I'll tell you live change. That's why we're getting to that part, the CACD part. That's something you guys can't do for now. I'll tell you why. Okay, Ashwin. Okay, all of you listen. Let's say now in my VS Code, I have an integration over here. Okay, I have an extension called Git Integrations. Okay, what this allows me to do is remember on the first day I told you guys you have to go to GitHub and then make a repo and then copy the link, then come to your file explorer, use CMD and clone it. You remember the whole process, right? If you do it with that process and it finishes correctly, you can directly have this folder that you're working in connected to your GitHub repo. So that's what I have done. So this folder is connected to my GitHub repository now. Okay, so any change I make here, you remember every time during the session over the last 5 days, I would go into this part and I would click on the tick mark here, right? The commit thingy. What this basically means is that when you make any changes, right, you commit to those changes and you tell GitHub, these are the changes I've made and these are the changes that I want to upload. Okay, so what I do is, let's say I make a change in my page here. Let's say in my copyright section I have DM 2020 DM, right? I'll make this Daniel, I'll make this Mark. Okay, I want all of you to just listen, don't do anything else. Okay, I've made a change over here. The minute I made a change, you saw it turn into 1, right? On the left side, it turned into 1. Now what happens is, it's under changes, it says index.html and it says modified. Right, that means there's a change in this file and you can see what the change is by clicking on this small blue icon. Whenever you make a change, you'll get a small blue icon here. So if you click on it, you can see it says minus DM plus Daniel Mark. It shows you the deletion and it shows you the addition, right? So that's what GitHub basically does. It's one of the purposes of GitHub is version control. So I have 2 different file versions. I have the old one and I have the new one. I haven't made the new one public yet. So if you go to my link over here, it says my site has been published to that link, right? I'll go all the way down, GitHub Pages, and that's the link to my site, right? This is my site, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I have the word hello world here. I have the word copyright 2020 DM here, right? It says DM. Look at it very carefully. It says DM over here. Okay, I want to have to change this. This is a live website, accessible from anywhere in the world. I want to be able to change this directly from my VS Code. So to do that, I click on commit. When I commit, it says please provide a commit message. Okay, so I'm going to this is basically any plain text message. So you're basically going to describe what changes you have made in one word, in a few words, or in one line. So I'm going to say modified footer. Okay, modified footer, hit enter. With that message, it gets committed. Okay, before that, I'll just show you one more thing. Let me go back to my GitHub repo. Yeah. Okay, so this is my GitHub repo with all of my code. Okay, that's my GitHub repo with all my code, right? And this is my live website, and it still says DM, right? Now what I'm going to do is, okay, hey Ashik, come listen down. Okay, so what? Okay, so what I've done is I've committed my changes. Then I'm going to click on these 3 dots, and I'm going to click on push. Okay, when I click on push, it's going to show me a waiting thingy. Just wait for it. It says try running pull. Okay, I'll explain that also in a minute. Oops. Okay. Right, okay, for this won't actually happen in when you're doing it for the first time. This happened because I uploaded my files manually and I'm doing it through GitHub now. So the minute I click on this and click on push, all my changes went to the live server, okay, it went off to GitHub. And I'll show you where. So if you look over here, I made a change to my index.html file, right? And it says add files via upload. So I basically dragged and dropped, so it says add files via upload, right? That's what it says over here. If you look on the side, it says 24 minutes ago. So I pushed my changes 24 minutes ago through the upload thingy. Now if I click on refresh, it will say index.html merge branch master, and it shows me, okay, and it says 36 seconds ago. So if you look at the full message, it should show me my commit message. No, it won't. Okay, I overwrote it. Okay, anyway, so it says 36 seconds ago. So you guys see the change, right? I just made a change here and I pushed it and it went to my GitHub repo. Now if I go to my web page and I hit refresh, it says, okay, there's a small mistake. Okay. Oops, I merged all my changes. Damn. Okay, anyway, I made a small mistake. You're not supposed to do this. Anyway, if okay, so I'll explain what the mistake was also, okay? What it basically did was, I uploaded the files by dragging and dropping them. After which I tried pushing them through my GitHub. So the minute I tried pushing them through my GitHub, my changes that were already there on the live side got merged along with the changes that I made here. Instead of getting overwritten, it got merged. So now my web page repeats 2 times, okay? It's once and it repeats a second time all over again. That's the mistake I made, okay? But this won't happen if you do it properly. From the beginning itself, if you keep pushing from VS Code, the mistake won't happen. But what you have to note over here is that the minute I made a change, right, on my live website itself, it changes to Daniel Mark. So whatever changes I make locally and keep pushing, it'll keep going to my GitHub, right? So don't, first thing is don't drag and drop files, okay? This is the right way to do it. Through your VS Code or through your command line. That's the right way to push changes to GitHub. If you keep dragging and dropping, you'll make a bunch of mistakes and stuff will break like this, okay? That's something I didn't realize when I pushed it, when I uploaded it first. Okay, but this is just for the sake of demonstration, I'm showing you this. After which I'm going to show you another thing. Okay, so this is GitHub Pages. Now I also told you I'm going to host it on an actual cloud and show you, right? But GitHub Pages itself is a cloud. I'll show you how. There's another website. I'll show you the name of that website. It's called bitcapture.com. Okay, bitcapture.com. So what this website does is, you can enter any URL over here. If you enter a URL over here, and if you hit this button over here, these guys have servers all across the world. So what they'll do is, whichever website you enter here, right, you have your website on a server. So they'll send a request from all their servers that these guys own to your server and check the speed. So let's say these guys have servers in 12 different countries. The minute you upload an URL over here and you hit the button, they'll send a request from all those 12 servers to your server. And then they'll tell you how long it takes to connect. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my website's link over here and I'm going to paste it in here. And I'm going to hit the button. So it'll load for a second, it'll tell me the time it takes. Okay, so now if you look under response times, I'll make it big. Okay, so look under response times. Okay, it says US 1 millisecond, US again 1 millisecond, London 2 milliseconds, Singapore 2 milliseconds, Brazil 10, Germany 1, Canada 9, Japan 6, Sydney 3, and Bangalore 1. Okay, so how exactly does this happen? What this chart is basically telling you is that these guys have servers in all of these different locations, okay? In the US, they have one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. So from all of these servers, they tried accessing our website at this link. So, and it took only these many milliseconds to connect to our site, okay, which is very, very, very low. Okay, usually sites would take at least 150 milliseconds to connect, but these times are very low. Does anyone know why? If you guys can explain this, you've been listening since day 1. Okay, this is something I explained on day 1. Does anybody know why the response times are so low? Whereas in reality, it should be at least 150 milliseconds. GitHub server. Okay, GitHub server is part of the answer, but there is a secret weapon. If you use only GitHub server, it will be 150-ish milliseconds. But all of these are just a couple of milliseconds, right? Single digits. Cloud is one answer. No. All of these answers are only a small part of what I'm looking for. There's another thing that is at play here. Think hard. First day itself, I told you. Or maybe I didn't tell you, I guess. But anyway, you guys have any idea? Any guesses? Optical fibers is part of the answer. I'm looking for a specific term in networking, okay? A specific type of setup, a specific term. Nobody? Okay, I'll show you the PPT. Right, okay. Okay, so here's what's happening. Okay, you guys remember the setup, right? Forget the remote data center part of it. Just, you guys remember this part, right? The first server over here, didn't tell the solitaire. Yeah, I think I mentioned it while passing. I don't... Bro, can you say again how to push a file to GitHub at last, please? I got some network. I'll get to that after the session is done, okay? I can't do it in between now. I'll tell you after the thing is done. Okay. Okay, so guys, listen. On the first day, I told you about the last mile, right? Your last mile and your first mile. And then I told you how you have Ethernet cables running to your houses, to your homes. And I told you how you have optical fiber from your node to your switching station. Okay, so that's your tier 1 network. Your tier 3 network. Your last mile is your tier 3 network. If you look at these switching stations put together, imagine this is one ISP, okay, like say ACT or Airtel. These guys have what's known as a tier 2 network over here, which is basically a bunch of switching stations talking to each other.
Hello, bro.
Tell me.
Well, and அதாவது இப்போ GitHub ஸ்டேஷனும் இந்த மாதிரி பெரிய சர்வர் ஸ்டேஷன், அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த இவங்களோட இந்த வெப்சைட்டும் பெரிய சர்வர் ஸ்டேஷன். அதனால சர்வர் ஸ்டேஷன் டு சர்வர் ஸ்டேஷனால ஸ்பீடா இருக்கா? That's
in a way it is correct only. And I'm looking for a specific term now. There's a very specific term in networking. I'll tell you what it is. Okay. Okay, so you have a tier 2 network and you have all your switching stations, stations talking to each other. Then you have multiple ISPs. Okay, this can be Airtel, this can be ACD, this can be BSNL or whoever. Okay, this can be in some other country also. This can be Verizon or say AT&T or Comcast. All of these guys will talk to each other on another network. This is called a tier 1 network. Okay, tier 1 networks are where all your ISPs connect to each other. So a tier 1 network is also known as a peering network. PERANG. You remember from our first session, right? First day. So what happens is, imagine this is your remote server in the US, wherein all your GitHub files are, okay? All your GitHub files are on this remote server in the US. These guys are connected to their local ISP. So a data center would typically be connected to more than one ISP, just for redundancy, just in case one goes down, they have another one. And they have multiple lines to the same ISP. So there's always redundancy built at every level. So these, let's say GitHub is connected, QTS data centers, right? They connected to an ISP in the US. You send your files, GitHub files from here. It goes to your tier 2 network. Tier 2 network passes it on to your tier 1 network. It goes all the way back through a node and it goes to the GitHub server. It's hosted on the server. But since if this is the actual setup, what should happen is that the files that come in from here all the way to India, right, or all the way to any other part of the world that is not in the US, should take, Vasundhara Devi said CDN. Where did you get the word CDN from? Okay, I don't know if you saw it on the slides or not. Anyway, that's the answer, okay, that's the answer. CDN is like the answer. So basically, what we're doing is, instead of putting our files just on one server and serving the entire, every location with that from that one server, we create a CDN. So GitHub, as you know, is owned by Microsoft, right? GitHub is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft has a CDN. Okay, these guys have data centers all around the world. So what they basically do is, I'll show you. If you head over to, say, Microsoft data centers, soft CDN locations, right? And if you go to images, you can see an entire map. Yeah, Microsoft announces its own global CDN. I'll open the image in a new tab. And as you can see, all these small blue points that you see, right? All these small blue points, all of these are what are known as nodes or points of presence, okay? Nodes are points of presence. Remember the first day I told you, they have all these. So what Microsoft does is they have an entire network with optical fiber lines between all of these nodes. So if you look at India itself, they have a bunch of different nodes in India, right? I think there's one in Bangalore and one in Mumbai, one in Delhi. The nearest ones near India are in Singapore and Malaysia, I guess. Okay, and there's one in Korea. Okay, so they have basically nodes all across the world. So what you're doing is your GitHub server is in the US. You put your code on this server. But the minute you put your code on this server, they push that code to all these different nodes all across the world. So all these different nodes, right, all across the world, these are also known as edges, 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 okay, or edge servers. So you push your code from here, from Chennai, India, to the US server. Okay, it goes through the CDN, it gets pushed to the origin server, and it stays on the origin server. From the origin server, a copy gets sent to every different node across the world. So no matter where your users are, the minute they try accessing a site, instead of that request going, let's say they are somewhere in, let's say Australia, in Sydney, okay, instead of your request going all the way from Australia all the way to the US, it'll go to the nearest node and it'll fetch it from there and show to them. So no matter where you are, a version of your site is stored somewhere nearby and it is served to you. So that's what a CDN does. If you look at sites like Netflix, right? If you compare the speed between Netflix and YouTube, there's a huge noticeable difference in the way the site loads, right? YouTube is fast, but there's still a couple of seconds when your pages load, and there's a couple of seconds before your videos load, right? But with Netflix, have you noticed every time you type in the address and you hit enter, your page loads immediately. You search for something, the videos show up immediately. You play a video, it plays immediately. So everything happens like very fast, right? That's because Netflix is entirely hosted on a CDN. The CDN that Netflix runs on is called AWS. AWS is owned by Amazon. It's called Amazon Web Services. So that's what a CDN does. It basically takes your site or it takes your content and it makes it available globally at the same rate from any part of the world. So if you look at BitCapture, it says 1 millisecond, 2. It's all under 10 milliseconds, right? No matter from where you are accessing it from. That's because these guys have data centers all across the world. So your site is all on all these different servers. So every time I make a change to my GitHub over here and we push it to my server, it goes straight to the US. From the US, a new copy. It might be slow, right? Yeah, that's because Russia has a bunch of problems with allowing American companies build nodes or data centers in their place. So there's nothing we can basically do about it. It won't be that slow, but it'll go to some place like say Korea, like South Korea or Singapore or some place in Europe, depending on which part of Russia you're in. Okay, or it'll go to the west coast of it'll go to the west coast of the US. That's the only possible options for Russia. I'll tell you why. There's another problem with Russia. These guys are known for something called a DDoS attack. Okay, a distributed DOS attack. I'll explain all of that in a couple of minutes. Okay, it's 7:07. Are you guys okay with finishing in about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes? Okay, this is like the last part, and I have a little bit of content that I want to finish because this is like our last class. I won't have another chance, right? Okay, so where was I? Okay, that's what the CDN basically does. Now what I'll do is I'll show you a CDN that we are going to host our site on. It's called Cloudflare, okay? How many of you have heard of Cloudflare? If you go to any of these movie websites, you see a white screen that says checking your browser, right? Have you seen that screen? And it shows loading, and then it takes about 5 seconds and then it redirects to the site. Have you guys seen that it's on a lot of websites, right? Tamil Rockers, yeah, exactly. All of these torrent websites have it mostly. And the reason is Cloudflare, okay? What Cloudflare basically does is, I'll show you what Cloudflare is like inside. So Cloudflare is one of the world's biggest CDN providers, okay? And they have data centers everywhere. So if you go to Cloudflare, I'll pick a site that I already own. Okay, for example, I'll take my own personal website, okay? These guys have a CDN and they have what's known as a DNS. Okay, so you talk about a DNS, some of you know what a DNS is, some of you don't, okay, most of you don't. So what I'll do is I'll explain what a DNS is. I have a little board over here, okay, and I'm going to show you what a DNS does, right? Okay, so let's say let's take my website, or let's say Google or Facebook.com. I remember the first day I told you every server on the internet has an IP address, right? All of you remember that, right? Every server has an IP address, and that's the only way you can find the server. Okay, so now what happens is, let's say you're on a laptop or a computer at your place, and you want to access, say, my website, okay? You can't directly type in the dynmark.com and hit enter. It's not going to directly take you to the server that has my website, right? It's going to take a while. It's not going to happen. So instead what happens is your computer connects to what's known as a DNS server, okay? DNS is short for domain name service, which is basically a server owned by a bunch of different companies around the world. Okay, the one that we are going to be looking at today is called Cloudflare. Cloudflare is one of the best DNS providers, okay? What these guys do is they have a server called a DNS server. That what they do is they store all the domain names and they store its corresponding IP address. So what your computer does is it connects to this DNS server and it gives the URL, it gives the domain name, and it says www.thedynmark.com and asks them for the IP address. This DNS server will then look up the corresponding IP address and send it back. Once it sends it back, your computer will then use that IP address to connect directly to my remote server that has the actual website. So if you go over to say facebook.com, right, it directly connects, right, and you don't see this changing. It just says facebook.com and it directly connects. You don't see any changes, right? That's because the whole DNS thingy happens in your operating system. It happens on the lower level, okay, on your operating system, and all of this happens in the background, okay, this conversion. So that's basically what DNS does. So every time you want to host a website, you have to make sure that you tell any DNS provider that this is the name of my website and this is the IP address of my server. So once you tell the DNS server that, only then when people type in the name of your website, they'll be redirected to your server. Otherwise, there won't be any connection between your domain name and your IP address. Okay, that's basically what a DNS does. Now what I thought of doing was, I thought of actually taking our site and showing you two more methods of uploading it. Okay, so back in the old days, before we had a cloud, right, what people would do is they would take their site or they take their web app and they'll put it on one single server. Okay, this server will be in one physical location alone. They'll put it on that one server, and wherever in the world you access it from, it'll go to only that server and it'll take the data out and it'll show it back to you. So there's only one copy on one server in one place. Okay, nobody else has any other copies. So wherever you are, the request goes to that one server. Okay, now here's what happens. Let me take my own. I'll take my own site. Okay, with any website, they have a software called Cpanel. Wrong spelling. Okay, Cpanel is the name of a software. Okay, you can find the website for this at cpanel.org. Okay, so if you go to cpanel.net, yeah. If you go to this website, this is an American company again. Okay, what Cpanel basically is that you all know what Linux is, right? It's an operating system mostly used for servers, right? It's actually a general purpose operating system, but it is open source and it is used on most servers. All if you know Linux, right? Ubuntu and all of that. So what these guys do is, if you have to host your website on a Linux server, it's going to be very hard, right? You'll have to know how to use the command line. You'll have to know how to work with a bunch of different really hard tools, right? And it's not easy for all people to host a site on Linux. So what this company does is they give a dashboard. Cpanel is basically a dashboard. They give you a dashboard that will be installed on your server, and you can directly use this dashboard to configure your website and launch it. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. I have Cpanel installed on my site, so I'm going to go into that. Okay, so I'll just show you what it looks like. Right, so once you log into Cpanel, it's going to look like this. Okay, so here you have a bunch of options. Okay, so you can do all sorts of things. You can do backups, you can check your file manager to see what files you have. You have something called FTP, then again you have Git over here, then you can see your disk usage, then you have a place to upload images, then you can see stuff like this, right? Where you logged in from, you can see where the home directory is, you can see who else is sharing your IP address and is on the same server, you can see the domain name, you can see username, all that stuff. Okay, you can create subdomains, you can create 2 more domains to go to the same on the same hosting plan. All of that is possible. So what I'm going to do is we're going to upload the same site that I just built, right, with GitHub, all of this stuff that I just built, right? If I take my index.html page, I'm going to do one undo, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this entire site to my GitHub server, right? This is all of my code, right? And I'm going to upload all of this to the server. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to go into my DNS first. Okay, first what you have to do, the first step always is to create a DNS record. Okay, a DNS record will only convert your domain name to your IP address. So go into DNS and you'll see a bunch of records. Okay, inside which I'm going to create a record. So let's call this DM. Okay, I'm going to put DM, and immediately on top it says dm.dialmark.com. That's the name of the domain that we're going to create. Okay, and then I'm going to give it the IP address of my server. So now if on top it says this domain name points to this IP address and has its traffic proxy through Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is basically a CDN also, right? So what they're basically saying is that when somebody types in this domain name, thedialmark.com, dm.thedialmark.com, it'll resolve into this IP address, and the traffic, that is all of the requests, will go through the Cloudflare CDN, right? So then just click on save. Once you save it, it'll get saved. Now what happens is, if you go and if you type dm. Say right, it doesn't resolve, it won't say anything. Okay, but if you noticed, it takes you to this page, right? The Cpanel page. That's because it's still my website, right? It's thedialmark.com that we are on, but there is no website hosted on this part. So the DNS resolves correctly, but there are no files over here, right? So to do that, what you do is go into your Cpanel. Inside Cpanel, you can go to subdomains. If you go here, there's an option called subdomains. In here, what you're going to tell your Cpanel is that whenever somebody types in the name dm.thedialmark.com, okay, so just type the word DM in here, whatever the name of your website is. So whenever I say somebody goes to dm.thedialmark.com, their requests have to go to a specific folder on my server. Okay, so I'm going to create a folder here, and I'm going to call this /public HTML/say_dm. Alright, so that's going to be the name of my folder. Okay, the location on my server where my website is going to be stored. So I'll click on create. right? It'll take a couple of seconds because this server that you're looking at, this address is hosted on a server in the US. So it'll take a while to process, and this is a shared server. A lot of people use it at the same time. Okay, we'll give that a couple of seconds. Yeah, done. Okay, so now if you go back and if you refresh this page, right, go back to the site that I just created, it still says sorry because there is no content. Now what I'm going to do is I have a program on my computer called Cyberduck. Okay, there's a program called Cyberduck. What Cyberduck does is it works just like your Windows file explorer, except instead of showing you the files in your local directory, it'll show you the files on a remote server. So what I can do is I can create a connection to my remote server over here, hosted on the internet, through my local computer. So what you're looking at is all the files that is on my server. Okay, so now if I do a refresh, the folder that we just created, right, I'm connected to my server and it's going to refresh. And if you look over here, it says DM. That's the folder I just created, right? So if I click on that, there's no files inside it. It just says CJBin, that's the default folder. So my thing is empty. So now what I'm going to say is, we're going to, okay. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to upload files into this server. Okay, okay, here's how we do it. Double click it, it's empty, right? Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to upload files to it. So I'll click on upload, and I'm going to go to my websites directory, which is at projects, right? I choose all my files, hit choose. Okay, and as you can see, there's another window that opens and it shows me that it is being uploaded. So for every file that is uploaded, it'll ask me for a, yeah, see, I'm literally uploading my site from my local computer to my remote server. Okay, it's called Cyberduck, CYBERDUCK. Okay, that's the name of the software. It's free to download, right? So it says upload complete. Done. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is go back to that link and it says hello world, right? So now my website has been uploaded to my custom server with my custom domain, right? And this is globally accessible from everywhere, right? All of you clear with this? If you're clear up until this point, say yes. I'll show you another thing. Once this is done, I'll show you another piece of theory. What about the others? Anybody have any confusions, any doubts, any questions? If you have, just let me know, okay? I'll explain it. If you guys are all clear up until this point, just say yes. Haha, day Rahul. A Cloudflare server is free. No, they have a free plan. It has a certain limit of usage. After the limit, you have to pay. Otherwise, it's free. I'll show you a couple of more things with Cloudflare. Right? Everybody else done? Right. Okay. Here's another problem. Okay. If I bring up, let's say I have an antivirus software on my thingy. Okay. On my system. I'm using this as a server as well. Okay. And if you see, it says web thread blocked, right? And if you can see, it says, I'll go into my events. Okay. And if you look at your events, you see a bunch of different web threads, right, that are blocked. They all say thread block, blah, blah, blah. What all of this is basically is that there are guys over in places like China and Russia who keep trying to DDoS or brute force my computer and get into it over the internet, because this is a server, right? And guys told you on day one that if you type in my public IP address, it takes you to an Nginx page. So what people do is they get access to this IP address and they try brute forcing it. They try sending it enormous amounts of requests to overwhelm my server and make it crash, or try and get into my server and steal the files, okay? Which is not very, how do I put it? Bitdefender protects me, okay, to an extent. And I'll show you how. Now, what I did was, I wanted to block certain countries from using my server, okay? So I wanted this IP address to become unavailable in certain countries, okay, like China or Russia. And since I have sites hosted on this, for example, if I go to this website called weareverywhere.in, it says Bitdefender has blocked this page. Okay. Or let's just go to LICET tech stack. Right? Okay, this is a web page that is on the server right now. This computer that I'm on right now, this page that you're looking at is on that server, okay? So now what we're going to do is, I don't want people in China or in Russia to access this page, okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to my DNS here, not DNS exactly, Cloudflare, and it says firewall, right? Where's that? It says firewall, right? Go to firewall, and you have something called firewall rules, okay? Under firewall rules, it says challenge China. Okay, wait, I'll show you something else. Let's just go to mixspace or XYZ. right? And under firewall rules, yeah, it says block China, Russia, Turkey, and Taiwan, right? So if we click on settings, you can see that I have created a firewall rule on Cloudflare, and I say if your incoming requests match China, the Russian Federation, Turkey, or Taiwan, I'm going to block them, right? So this site that you're looking at, Mixspace or XYZ, does not work in all of these countries. That's another cool feature with what's this called, Cloudflare again. Okay, so none of these countries can access my site now. So that's one way to protect your server. Okay, Cloudflare does all of this for you. It does DDoS protection. It does the job of a firewall. It does DNS also. All of this is done by Cloudflare. That's one thing. Lastly, what I wanted to do was I wanted to display a super hard method, not a super hard method exactly, but a more complex method of hosting a site. Okay, this is the last setup that we'll be doing. 10 minutes, guys. Just hold on for 10 minutes and we'll be done. Okay, one final setup that we're gonna build right now live. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so look carefully. We talked about. Okay, we didn't talk about reverse and forward proxies yet, and it'll take just a minute. Okay, so I told you what a CDN is. This is Microsoft CDN network. Sorry, Google CDN network. There comes a forward proxy. Okay, so what exactly is a forward proxy? Imagine you guys have, you guys all have heard of VPNs, right? I'm sure all the guys would have heard of VPNs. All of you know what a VPN is, right? Just say yes if you've heard of a VPN and you know what it does. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to explain why we need a VPN. I'm only going to tell you what the VPN is used for, because you know why. And okay, so how can I not laugh? Okay, fine. So what a VPN basically does is, you must have seen ads all over YouTube. Okay, every time you're watching a YouTube video, every time you go to some Google, some site on Google, you're gonna see an ad that says, "Hey, people are spying on you, or websites are spying on you. Use a VPN and protect yourself." Right? All of that is okay. Sorry, and all of that is how do I put it? All of that is nonsense. Okay, it's just crap. These websites are lying to you. VPN companies are lying to you. I'll tell you why. A forward proxy, right? The one that I'm showing on my screen. This is basically the setup of a VPN. I'll tell you what a VPN does. Okay, this forward proxy here is otherwise the VPN. Okay, so the VPN is just the name of the service that they offer to you. Okay, guys, just give me 1 minute. I'll just reply to this text. Okay, I think I'll disable notifications. Right. Okay, so this forward proxy that you see right here is the VPN service. Okay, so take Vanakkam da Maapla US. Okay, so let's take ExpressVPN or NordVPN. Okay, these two are huge VPN providers, right? And you see ads all the time for these guys. What these guys say is, you guys use our VPN and we'll protect you from websites spying on you. Okay, so what all of these guys on the left are that's basically you, right? Those are the clients. You connect to the VPN server. Okay, you connect to the VPN server. The VPN server connects you to the internet. So every time you want to make a request to say you want to go to Wikipedia, okay, and you type wikipedia.org, Wikipedia's the guys who are running Wikipedia servers know where exactly you're connecting from, and they know the IP address of your device. So they know which device you're accessing it from, which country, who you are, and all of that stuff. Okay, what a VPN does is, when you type wikipedia.org, instead of your request going directly to, let's say this first server here is Wikipedia server, and let's say you're the first guy over here, and your request without a VPN would directly go to a DNS and it will go over to their server, right? So these guys would have complete access to you. Now what a VPN does is, they say, instead of that request going directly to the internet, they route the request through their proxy, okay, through what's known as a forward proxy. And I'll tell you why this is called a forward proxy. So your request goes to the forward proxy and goes to the internet. These guys who run Wikipedia, right, they can see only the information of your forward proxy. They can't see who it is behind the proxy. So you remain protected by your VPN. In reality, your VPN knows everything about what you do. They know who you're connecting to. They know what data you're exchanging. They know who you are. They know where you're connecting from. They know which devices. They know literally everything. Okay, everything that Wikipedia was supposed to know previously is now controlled by the VPN service provider. Okay, so now what these guys do is they prevent access from these guys to access you. Okay, all that is fine. Now why I call this a forward proxy is because you have multiple clients connecting to a single service. Okay, and this the guys who are on this side will look at all of you as one single entity. That's because all of you go through this forward proxy. So a forward proxy basically would take multiple different sources and merge them into one. Okay, that's what a forward proxy does. A reverse proxy does the exact opposite thing. Okay, what a reverse proxy does is, it takes multiple clients. Let's say I told you, right, on day one, if you guys remember, I talked about how all of you connect to port 80, right? Whichever website you take, you connect to port 80. So Facebook.com, I gave an example, right? I said, what if 500 million people are connecting to Facebook at the same time? How does Facebook handle this? Does it crash? Does it get overwhelmed? I asked you this question. Do you guys remember? First session. If you remember, say yes. Those of you who rewatched the videos, oh, yeah, all of you remember, right? This is how it's done. Okay, it's proxying and load balancing. Load balancing is another networking concept. We can't go through load balancing now. I'll show you what proxying is. So let's say you have 500 million people, okay, all trying to connect to Facebook.com. Let's say this is Facebook's data center, okay, with multiple servers inside, hundreds of thousands of servers. They want to connect to Facebook, okay, all 500 million people. But since there are multiple, why does Tor come inside this? Tor is entirely different. Tor works somewhat like a CDN. Tor is an entirely different subject. I can't talk about Tor now. If you want, I can do it later on for you guys. But Tor does not come under this. Okay, I'm only showing you the setup that we are going to be using. Okay, so you have multiple different users, and Facebook, what they do is, let's say they have a data center with several hundred servers. Okay, now the problem is which server connects to the internet. They have you can't open up 100,000 servers to the internet, right? Then if a user wants to make a request, how do they know which server to connect to? They won't know all of that, right? So what Facebook basically does is they take all their servers and they connect it to something called a reverse proxy. Okay, your reverse proxy is a huge server that also does the job of a load balancer. Okay, so 500 million people connect from the internet to the reverse proxy. So when you say www.facebook.com and you hit enter, your request goes to the reverse proxy set up by Facebook. Okay, so Facebook's reverse proxy would take that request and then it will decide which server is free and send the request to that server, okay, to do the job. So you can have multiple servers behind a reverse proxy and serve several thousand users. Okay, the advantage is that a hacker or anybody trying to get access to one of these servers has to go through your reverse proxy. So what happens is, when they try and find out information about one of your servers, they will have no information absolutely. And I'll tell you why. Your reverse proxy would block the hidden internal infrastructure of your data center. It will only show you where it will only accept requests and send requests out. It will not show you how the internal it won't show you the internal workings of your data center. And I'll show you how I'll show you this in practice. For example, let's take my website. Okay, if you take thedialmac.com and if you look at this plugin over here, I have a small plugin here called Vaporizer. Okay, Google code right here. Okay, no, let's do this instead. Right, Versal. Okay, which website do you go? Let's go to OpenLoad Movies. Okay, that's a Cloudflare website, right? And if you look on top, it says Cloudflare CDN, right? And you have no idea what technology is being used inside the OpenLoadMovies.com. That's because Cloudflare is protecting them by being the reverse, by being their CDN. Okay, okay. That's two different concepts together. Okay, I'm sorry if this is confusing. Okay, we'll leave this for now. It's too complicated. I'll just leave this for now. Okay. Do all of you follow up until this point? Is it like clear to all of you? If it's like too much, let me know. If it is clear up until here, just let me know. Yes? Everybody else? Like, is this clear to you guys? Okay, right. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to use this computer as a reverse proxy. Okay, listen carefully. This server that I'm on, the one that you access at 106.51.97.147, this is going to be my reverse proxy. Okay, internally I can have several different computers connected to my reverse proxy, and I can host hundreds of websites on any of these computers. Okay, and they all will be reverse proxied to this computer over here. Okay, all of you get what I'm saying, right? So now what we're going to do is, if I go to my file explorer and if I go into, say, there's a folder on my computer called examp, right, and htdocs, and if you look at all of these directories, right, each of these is a single website. Okay, all of these directories are a single website. Okay, now what happens is, if I go to, let's say, this site that I just showed you, right, say LICET extract.mixed.xyz, this site is basically coming from this folder over here, right? This is the source code. Okay, everything that you're seeing in the browser over here is coming in from this folder on this server, right? But if you go into your Vaporizer over here, it says Cloudflare PHP. You cannot see what is internally being used, right? And that's because Cloudflare and my reverse proxy block it. But what we are using internally is an exam server, but it doesn't show up here, right? You can't see what server is being used. And I'll tell you how. For example, if you go to my local browser over here and you type, say localhost, and you say type 80, not sorry, localhost, let's say 127.0.0.1, and if you say 8080, it takes you to the Apache server, right? Remember, I have Apache server running inside here. Now if I say slash licet xstack, the name of the folder, okay, xstack licet xx8, sorry, right? It takes you to the same page. This is the page used internally. Now if I look at Vaporizer, it doesn't show me anything. Okay, it doesn't work. But basically this is running on an Apache server. But to the public internet, they can't see what this is running on, right? The global internet can't see what this is running on, right? That's because Cloudflare and my reverse proxy is protecting it. I actually had a plan to deploy the same site on this entire setup that I showed you over here. And where's that setup? Okay, yeah, the one on the whiteboard, right? This one. I basically had a plan to set this up, but since it is 7:30 and it's too late, I think we'll finish with this itself. Okay, this is all okay. This is like all you have to know. We'll do this some other day. Rahul is gonna take over for now.
Okay, thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
So I think that's the end of the session. So we have had an excellent week. The past 1 week we were learning a lot together. We learned how to build a website from scratch. So if you had no idea about what programming is, I guess you should have got a high-level picture of now. You should have got a high-level picture of how your websites are being developed, right? Yes or no? So, okay. So does anybody want to share their feedback?
Yes, Anna. So I am a pure, I am a biology math student. So I never had the experience of programming before. So this was a very good experience for me.
That's great, Amina. That's great. Thank you. And I saw your message on the Telegram group as well. You sent your website. That's cool. Thank you, Rina. And others?
Same here. I'm also a biology group student.
Okay.
And really, to the core, I hate computer science. I for no reason I hate that, but due to this session, I really love coding.
Okay.
His patience made me love computer science. Really, such a teacher. Really, he's so patient in teaching. I like his way of teaching.
That's great. Daniel is the best.
Yes.
Okay. So, anybody else want to share their feedback? Okay. So I would just suggest you one thing. Do not forget what he has taught you for the past 1 week. You will forget because I happened to attend Daniel's workshop earlier. Like before this, I happened to attend his classes. You will forget at one point of time. So what I would suggest is just keep practicing periodically. Keep practicing the stuff which he had taught you, especially when it comes to Bootstrap, because you have so many classes and you will forget periodically. I would suggest practice them periodically and read the documentation, because for now it has been more than 10 hours, right? The past 1 week we have learned for more than 10 hours and he has covered a lot of content. This stuff you might forget. So as time goes by, you might forget. I would suggest just read the documentation and practice whatever he has taught periodically. That will keep stuff in your mind. You won't forget them. So apart from that, if anybody want to talk something, if anybody want to share their feedback, you can do now. If that's done, then we can move to the next part where we will make a few announcements and we'll be having the vote of thanks very shortly. Okay then. So for the next week, we have another workshop planned. Like in the coming weeks, we have several workshops planned. So take a break for the next 4 days, this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You can take a break for the next 4 days. And on Wednesday, we will be starting a mobile application development workshop. So that will be starting from the Wednesday. If you're there on the Telegram group, no problem. We'll be sharing you the new posters and the new links over there to join the next workshop. If you're not there, then just follow us on the Instagram page. You'll find all the information you need on the Instagram page, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the coursework and all the recordings, all the workshops we'll be posting there. So don't worry, if you miss some classes, you can feel free to check the content out there anytime. So Shirley, if you can take over for the vote of thanks.
Yes, Anna. Sure. So, on behalf of the entire LICET PATTARAI team as well as everyone over here, I thank Daniel Anna for an amazing session and very patiently helping us out with the mistakes we make. Thanks a lot, Anna. You were like really very patiently teaching us out, and each and every mistake we did, you corrected us. And thanks a lot for being so patient with us. And these 10 hours, we had more than 10 hours. That was really amazing. Any workshop would be so boring, but this one was really very interesting, and we never wanted to miss this workshop at all. So thanks a lot, Anna, for making us to engage into this very actively and learn how to build a website in just a very short time. You taught us so much, Anna. Thanks a lot, Anna. I also take this opportunity to thank all the participants who took part very actively all the 5 days. Thanks a lot, guys. And I also thank the LICET management, who have been always supporting us, and who also permitted us to conduct this workshop. They provide us all the support we need to bring up LICET, to bring up the LICET PATTARAI team in a very well manner. So once again, thank you all guys for being with us. I also request you guys to stay with us for the next upcoming workshops too. As well as I'll be posting all the links over here in the chat. You can follow all our social media pages, and these 5 day sessions has also been updated in the YouTube channel. So please do visit our YouTube channel and clarify all your doubts, and visit all our social media pages so that you can connect with us and know all our further updates. Thanks a lot. Thanks everyone, and very, very special thanks to Daniel Anna. Thank you so much, Anna.
Yeah, thank you, Shirley. Also, thank you to everyone who gave me feedback, both positive and negative. If you haven't until today, please click on that Google form link and give me actual feedback, because I want to know what I have to do differently from now on. Okay. And also thank you everybody for cooperating and being here on time. All those of you who came here actually on time, and who all of you literally listen. You guys did everything I asked you to do before every class. All of you are here on time. All of you listen. I think most of you must have uploaded your websites, right? So all of you did a great job. Also, I don't mind staying back and clarifying doubts also, okay? So even after the session, if you guys have doubts, you can stay back and clarify. Alright, so thank you all for attending.
Daniel. Yes, Shirley, you were saying something?
Yes, Anna. I just want to make few changes in my website. Can I send you the link by tonight?
Yeah. Just a second. Rahul, is there anything else that has to be done?
Yeah, I think the session has formally ended.
Okay, then they can ask doubts, lah.
Yeah, yes, you can. The session has formally ended, guys. And I just have one question for all of you. Inge எத்தனை பேர் certificate-காக இருக்கிறீங்க? If you're one such person, then just keep this in mind. If you don't send your link, then you will not be receiving the certificates. Certificate-காக இங்க இருக்கிறீங்கன்னா, that's of no use. It's all the knowledge that you've acquired over the past 12 or 13 hours. So I think that's what matters. So the session has formally ended. If you have any questions, then you can feel free to ask now. Yes, Daniel.
Yeah, okay. So guys, any questions, let me know.
Chatல ரொம்ப நேரமா feedback link கேக்குறாங்கண்ணா.
They sent Telegramல.
Okay. ப்ரோ அப்புறம் ஒரே ஒரு டவுட் ப்ரோ எனக்கு.
tell me.
இப்போ எப்படின்னா நம்ம அந்த விஎஸ் கோட்ல இருந்து ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா புஷ் பண்றோம் பாத்தீங்களா கிட்டப்க்கு
ஆமா
கோட, அதுக்கு வந்து ஜஸ்ட் அந்த எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் மட்டும் ஏத்துனா போதுமா? எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் ஏத்திட்டு ஜஸ்ட் புஷ் கொடுத்தா அது ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா இது. அதாவது ஃபர்ஸ்டே நம்ம கமாண்ட் ப்ராம்ப்ட் வச்சு இது பண்ணிட்டோம் அந்த கோட.
ஓகே
அதுக்கப்புறம் ஜஸ்ட் அந்த எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் ஏத்தி புஷ் கொடுத்தா போதும்.
ஆமா, ஆஃப்டர் தட் ஜஸ்ட் கோ டு தி எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் புஷ் கொடுக்கும்போது மட்டும் யூ ஹேவன்ட் செட் அ பிரான்ச்னு கேட்கும், அதில் செட் மாஸ்டர் பிரான்ச்னு போட்டுருணும். அதே கேட்கும், அதே ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்துரும். இட்ஸ் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் செல்ஃப் எக்ஸ்பிளேட்டரிடா. அதிலே கேட்கும், நீ அப்படியே பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா இட் வில் ஸ்டார்ட் புஷிங். ஆஃப்டர் தட் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் நார்மல்.
ஓகே ப்ரோ,
It's easy only. I'll help you afterwards if you can't get it set up.
Okay bro.
Okay, others, you guys are not getting pictures, huh? Okay.
And we're also getting error 404.
Can you share your screen? Because I don't recall seeing anything.
Hello bro, எனக்கும் 404 தான் வந்தது. ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு வாட்டி ஃபுல்லா எல்லாத்தையும் டெலீட் பண்ணிட்டு திரும்ப ரீஅப்லோட் பண்ணி பாருங்க.
Okay. No, that's because, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, right? Remember the CDN that I was telling you guys about, the whole network? What basically happens is, when you upload your code, right, it goes through one of these nodes, the nearest node, and then it goes to the main GitHub server. So basically what happens is, if one of the nodes are busy, right, your thing will end up in a 404. So some of us might have it working based on our internet connection. So to some people it might go to Singapore, to some people it might go to Bangalore. You can't predict where your connection will, which node you'll be using. Which is why I think some of you have the 404 error. It's a problem with the local server, it's not your problem. So just try again, okay?
Anna, and that doubt too, Anna, which Sharon has asked, like how to delete and again reload it. Now, that's what told that you can show.
Okay, what you guys can basically do is go to GitHub directly. Go to settings. I'm asking you to delete the entire directory itself, okay? Because already it's become a mess. Just go down, click on delete this repository, okay? Adla copy this thingy and paste it in here and then delete it, okay? Once you delete it, it'll get deleted. Create a new repository, do the same process all over again. Just drag and drop the files and it'll upload. Because if you have to manually delete each file now, you have to click on each file, go inside it and then click on delete. That's a irritating process. So the easiest thing to do is to delete the repo and create a new one. Forgot how to upload a folder. Share it. Okay, Sharon. If you add a folder, it will automatically show up. If you add a folder, it will automatically show up. Can you send your link? Just send the link to your thingy. Yeah, what Fabian said is also correct. Make sure you have index.html. If you don't have an index page, the server won't know which page to load.
Is there any specification that the repository name should be matching with the username?
No, there's no such thing. Your username would come first, okay, on the URL. Your username would come first and then followed by the name of your repo, / the name of your repo. Smooth scroll in your web page. Your website, as you scroll down, please write what's that style called, bro. It's called Parallax, Parallax. But the name of the library is called Relax. This is the generic term used to refer to that animation. This is the name of the library that I use. Okay, no, only when we scroll the contents up here. Okay, that's called AOS, okay, AOS. More like AOS, which is short for animate on scroll, okay. It's called there's a, yeah, the first one. This one, right? This is what you're asking me. As you keep scrolling, the stuff keeps appearing. I'll send that link to you. Just go check it out, okay? It's the same process. Include the JavaScript, initialize it, and then put these data attributes into your tags. It'll all work. Right? Any other doubts, guys?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, actually, in the first class, I was set to command prompt, right?
Yeah.
Actually, for me, in command prompt, it is throwing error for me.
Okay.
So that into VS Code, it's giving initialize repository and publish to GitHub.
Okay, because did you download this thing called Git SCM?
Sorry?
Git SCM. On the first day, I asked you to download a software, right, called Git SCM. It's Git SCM.
Yeah, any other I'm thinking so.
This one. Do you remember downloading this?
Oh, okay. I've downloaded some other.
Okay, I'll send the link to you again. Just download and install this.
Okay.
Then the CMD thing should work.
Okay. We can do other than CMD directly in the VS Code.
Directly in VS Code, for now you can't. You need to have Git SCM installed on your computer. The VS Code integration will find the Git SCM on your computer and then connect to it. So unless you have this, you can't. Now should I copy all the files and then paste in GitHub? Wait. Sharon, I don't get your question. Copy all the files and paste in GitHub. Not, you know the process, right? You just go to code, upload files, and then just drag and drop. Select all, drag and drop, including the folders, okay? Just drag and drop the folder also. It'll automatically get created. Vasundhara Devi, upload again, but I'm not getting the testimonial images, okay. If you, Sharon, if you have problems, just text me later on, okay? After the session is done, I'll tell you. Vasundhara Devi, okay. Can you send the link to your site, Vasundhara? Yeah. Yeah?
I made changes in my VS Code, but now I cannot push it to the GitHub. It's asking for some remote from GitHub.
Yenka, you're trying to push it from here, huh?
From VS Code to GitHub.
Okay. What happens first? Did you click on this tick mark?
Which one?
This is a small tick mark, right? Click on that first.
I did.
Then it says give message kekida.
Yeah.
Just type some message and hit enter.
Did.
After that, click on these three dots here and click on push.
Enter kudutha, make sure you configure user.name and user email in Git.
Okay, I'll send you a command. Just run that command, okay? In your CMD, just open CMD and run that command. I'll tell you. Just give me a minute. Are you gonna do this in the? I'll send it to the Google chat. Copy and paste that command. Replace that my email with the email of that you used to sign up for GitHub. Okay. Adhe mari, I sent a second command. Adla put your name in there.
Oh.
Do that. Those two on CMD and then try again. Others, do you have doubts?
Bro, until we push our website into Cloudflare, it will not be visible to any other.
No. Cloudflare is just a CDN. That is optional. If you don't push it to GitHub itself, it will be available through the Microsoft CDN. Cloudflare CDN is for us to use for our websites.
Okay, I've uploaded the link to you, right?
Yeah.
If I search normally in Google for my website, it will get into that or not?
Google. Okay. I don't know if Google can index GitHub pages.
Okay. Then Microsoft Edge can get it.
It's not about the browser, it's about the search engine indexing it. Their index ranked by Google. Just you'll get the site on Google. You can Google your terms and it'll show up your page. Anna's i5 or i7 configuration better. That really depends on the processor generation and what your use is, Sharon. What do you want it for in the solar? Then I'll tell you. You know what? It's a long explanation. Just text me. Just send me a text on Telegram or something, and I'll get back to you. I can't just give an explanation offhand. The others, do you have doubts? Scroll down for intro is not working. Okay. It works. Okay, there's a small mistake that you made in your code, okay? If you look over here, you've given the file name extension twice, .jpeg. Go to your source code and delete it once, okay? If I go to view source, see, every testimonials photos have the extension twice. Just delete that, delete it the second time. Veroni Shweta. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the whole problem, okay? It automatically adds the extension to your file by mistake. So just try deleting that. It'll be in 6 different places. Just delete it. Go do one thing. Go to GitHub. Go to your code. Open your index file. Click on the edit button over here. Okay. Directly edit it on GitHub and click on commit. Don't edit it locally. Veroni Shweta. Error 404. Open your github.com. Don't open your site. Open your GitHub account. And let me know if it works.
அந்த கிட் சாஃப்ட்வேர் சொன்னீங்கல்ல
ஆமாமா
அது வந்து ஜஸ்ட் அந்த சிஎம்டி க்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்றதுக்காக அந்த இன்ஸ்டால் பண்றது
it contains all of the files necessary for you to connect to Git. You'll be accessing it through CMD.
Okay. அப்ப ஜஸ்ட் அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேரா இது
ஒரு சாஃப்ட்வேர் மாதிரி தான். ஆனா நீ ஆக்சஸ் பண்றது வந்து CMD வழியா.
CMD ல தான் பண்ணுறோம்.
CMD வழியா. அதுக்கு CMD க்கு பார்த்தா தான் நம்ம VS Code வழியாவே பண்றோம். ரெண்டும் ஒரே வேலை தான் பண்ணுவோம்.
Okay.
Which CMD ana? Which the folder or VS Code layer? Both. VS Code la kuda you have CMD. I mean VS Code la what happens is if you click on control tilde, okay, you'll open up the command line inside VS Code. You can use it here or you can directly use CMD from your computer itself, like right from Windows search, or you can directly use the Git integration. All three will connect to the same Git SCM installation and it will push your changes. Okay, Ponmani, can you just send the link to your site? Okay. The others, do you guys have other doubts? Will you post? Yeah, I'll post the session on YouTube. The whole thing will go on YouTube. Still 404. Scroll down for Varun Nanda. Okay, Varun, send the code for your website, please. Varuni, okay. What you do is, I think the only solution for you is to wait for a while and try again, Varuni. Because it's not a problem on your computer, it's a problem with the GitHub CDN. So I think you should try after a couple of hours. It works correctly. Oh, you mean the services section? If changes were made, we should create new repository, right? Divya Darshini, what was your original problem? Who is this?
Want money.
Okay.
I even checked with your code in the GitHub, Nana.
Okay.
I don't find any error, so.
You realize the mistake you made?
Anna?
You realize the mistake that you made? If you saw me editing it, you would have found out by now. So basically what happened was, you copied an entire an entire column, and you pasted it outside the row, which is why the alignment was bad. Now if you check, okay, where are your images? Your images aren't there. There's some other piece of code you forgot to. Okay. Can you just mail your entire. Give me the link to your GitHub repo. Just send the link to your GitHub repo, okay? Varun, send it to my mail now. My LICET mail. Sneha, wait, I'll get back to you after the workshop. Anybody else have doubts?
Bro, I've installed the GitHub
Okay.
Git HCM app. What to do in command prompts?
Go to your GitHub repo. Create a new repo, okay? Okay,
Yeah.
go to the existing repo, the one that you have right now.
Yeah, I've copied the URL.
You've copied the URL, right? Then go to that folder where you want to have the project folder.
Yeah, open the command prompt.
Open the command prompt. Now type git clone space.
Yeah.
Git space clone space right click.
Okay. Git space clone. It's given Git is not recognized as internal. You are spelling Git or Git?
Git. Git.
Git. Okay.
Git space clone space. Paste the link in there. Okay. So
yeah, cloning.
Divya, okay. There are other websites for that. Okay, I'll tell you. One is Pexels. That's free. The other one is Unsplash. Then the third one that I know of is called Pixabay. Okay, I'll just send all these to you. These three are the top free ones.
Bro, it's given cloning into my website name and it's given remote unpacking objects and it's given done.
Okay, then close the CMD.
Okay.
You see a folder name, right? The one that you just cloned.
Where? Yeah, my folder. Okay. I'll get into my folder.
You're welcome, Veronica. Bye bye. Click on. No, don't get into your folder. Just right click on your folder.
Okay.
Open with VS Code. Okay, bye, Fabian. Done. Open with VS Code.
Yeah, index.html, that code.
No, just open the folder with VS Code. Yeah, bye, Shirley.
I'm not getting. Yeah, okay, I came now.
Okay, then go to the Git Integration. The one on the left here.
Yeah.
Click on the commit thing. You don't have any comments, sorry.
Source.
Just click on this and click on push.
Okay. If I give questions, it will push into my Git.
Yeah, but it will ask you for a small step. You have to complete that. Just put push.
Okay. While pushing, my GitHub should be open in the browser, right?
No, it doesn't have to be open.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, others, do you have any doubts?
Bro, already the manual upload பண்ணிருக்கேன். இப்போ புஷ் பண்ணா எதுவும் பிரச்சனை வராதுல.
புஷ் பண்ணா அத நான் பண்ண தெரியாம என்ன பண்ணிட்டேன், merge னு ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் கேட்டுச்சு. merge போட்டதும் ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கிற ஃபைல்ஸும் நான் இப்போ அனுப்புற கோடும் ரெண்டும் ஆட் ஆயிடுச்சு. ரீப்ளேஸ் ஆகணும். அதுக்கு பதிலா ஆட் ஆயிடுச்சு தெரியாம. அதனால தான் வெப்சைட் ரெண்டு வாட்டி ஒரே பேஜ்ல வந்துச்சு. ஸோ அதுக்கு வந்து அதான்டா. ஸோ வாட் யூ ஷுட் டூ இஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்லேருந்தே யூ டூ திஸ் ஸ்டெப் அலோன். டோன்ட் அப்லோட் த ஃபைல்ஸ். இட் வில் பிகம் அ மெஸ் ஆஃப்டர்வர்ட்ஸ். ஏன்னா merge பண்ணாமல் புஷ் பண்ணுறது வந்து அதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் இருக்காது. என்னன்னு தெரியல சரியா. அது என்னன்னு பார்த்து சொல்கிறேன் உனக்கு.
ஓகே, அப்போது நம்ம இப்போ அந்த அப்லோட் பண்ண ரெபாசிட்டரி அப்படியே விட்டுலாம். இப்போ நம்ம திரும்ப இதை புஷ் பண்ணால் டபுள் ஆகிடும். நீங்கள் பண்ண மாதிரி
தெரியாமல் இஃப் யூ கிளிக் ஆன் merge இட் ரெண்டாவது ஆகிடும்.
இல்லை நான் அது கேட்கல. merge கிளிக் பண்ணோன்னு சொல்ல ப்ரோ. அதாவது இப்போ ஆல்ரெடி நான் ஆன்லைனில் அந்த அதாவது ட்ராக் அண்ட் ட்ராப் பண்ணி அப்லோட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன்.
ஓகே.
அதை வந்து இப்போ நான் திரும்ப அந்த கோட்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு வேரியேஷன் பண்ணிட்டு புஷ் கொடுத்தா அது கரெக்டா அது ஓவர் ரைட் ஆயிடுமான்னு கேட்குறேன்.
ஓவர் ரைட் ஆகாது. நடுவில் எனக்கு அப்படிதான் பிரச்சனை வந்து எனக்கு தெரியாமல் மர்ஜ் பண்ணிட்டேன். அது என்னன்னு நான் பார்த்து சொல்கிறேன் கரெக்டாக.
ஓகே ஓகே ப்ரோ. ஓகே
யூ ஹேவ் டு புல் அண்ட் தென் புஷ். ஐ திங்க் அதான் சேஞ்ச் நினைக்கிறேன். பார்த்து சொல்கிறேன் உனக்கு.
ஓகே ப்ரோ. ஓகே ப்ரோ, பாய்.
ஓகே, யா பாய்.
தேங்க்யூ. சம ஒர்க் ஷாப் ப்ரோ.
ஓகேடா.
ஆனா அது இல்ல ப்ரோ, நீ கேட்கணும்னு நினைச்சேன். எங்க ப்ரோ இதெல்லாம் கத்துக்கிட்டீங்க? நீங்களா கத்துக்கினது தானா?
Mostly it is reading only.
Okay.
You do and then you will learn. You literally sit and you start building our site, then you learn.
Okay bro. Thank you bro.
Yeah, bye da.
Bye.
Anna, I send the GitHub's link now.
Okay, I'll look at it and I'll get back to you, okay? Yeah, bye then, Naveen. Others, do you have any other doubts?
Yeah, bro, while updating our navbar,
okay,
we have to give ID and then reference, right?
Yeah.
After giving the ID and reference only, it will be getting into that option.
Yeah, give the ID to the section, give href is equal to hashtag and the name of the ID. It'll go to that section below, okay?
Okay.
Third repository. Okay, Vasundhara, I'll look at it and I'll get back to you. Yeah, I'll look at it and I'll get back to you. Sharon still 404, huh? Okay, Sharon, can you send the link to your GitHub repo? No, you can actually go offline. I'll look at it after the workshop and I'll get back to you. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, the mistake you made is that you uploaded the entire folder. You should not upload the folder. I asked you to open the folder. Literally open the folder, copy the files and then drag and drop it. Don't upload the folder of your website itself. That's the problem over here. Because it should be on the main master branch. If it has a folder that goes in, then GitHub Pages won't be able to access it. Okay, so just just select all these files and drag and drop it. Don't drag and drop the folder. Just delete this folder alone, okay? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bro, again, doubts.
Okay.
And services, right? I've uploaded my first picture and right side collapse is there.
Okay.
And that first two collapse, it's being correct. When I'm clicking on my third collapse, it is the image is breaking. The second image is getting down and then the content is displaying.
Which screen size are you seeing this on?
Yeah, full lap screen.
I think you missed a part of the coding in between, because I actually fixed it. If you look at...
Actually, for the first, the first two it's getting correct, but when I get into the third collapse, it slightly is breaking down.
Okay. I don't know what your screen size is, because I fixed the error. It shouldn't show up like that.
Shall I share my screen?
Yeah, share your screen.
Um,
Okay, just 1 second, Benita. Is this the error that you're getting? The photo is towards the center. Okay. Can you send the link to your GitHub repo? I'll look at this offline and I'll get back to you.
bro, can you see by the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the first two, it's getting correct. But when I click on the third, it's getting slow.
Scroll up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, when I get into my third collapse, it's getting breakdown. For the first two, it's been. Yeah.
Okay.
For the first two, it's correct. It's not breaking down.
That's because of the size of your content. Because I aligned it exactly with the size of my content. Actually, your collapse shouldn't be in that place on a website. I just showed you.
Okay.
I just simply did it for the sake of demoing the component. But in reality, it won't be there. Okay, so there's no fix for it actually.
Okay. That's a problem, right?
Yeah, that's not a problem. Just
Okay,
make sure you
that's
don't
what
do it for an actual website that you're building.
Yeah,
It's only
okay.
a demo thing.
Okay. Okay, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
A great session for you.
Okay, da. Yeah, thanks, da. Sharon Sneha, okay. Sharon Sneha, send the link to your website. Sharon, Mary, send the link to your GitHub, to your repo. Berita, there was a problem with your... Yeah, okay, Sneha. Berita, just send the report away. Yeah, you're welcome, Sneha. Whose site? Sharon Sneha, okay. These images aren't loading. the testimonial images. Okay. Sharon, can you send a link to your GitHub repo?
I'm not GitHub repo, 3 links can complete.
I'll just go to... Okay, once you open your project, your GitHub project, just copy the URL and send it to me.
Yeah, okay now. And I sent you.
Okay, wait, too many links, I'm confused now. Bennett, I send the link to your site again. Okay. To your site, website, not the repo. Pritika, do you have any doubts? Okay, very small problem. இங்கே வந்துட்டு on hero you've put 150 VH. It should have been 100 VH. Okay, and under background size you should have put cover. Okay, two things you have to change. Okay, minimum height should be 100 VH, background size should be cover, not contain. Okay, then it will work. Okay, who is the other one who wanted? Sharit, send a link to your GitHub repo. Okay, already sent it. Yeah. Okay, I found the mistake. Okay, what he did was, while uploading the files, okay, you open the folders, you open the images folder, and you drag and dropped all the images. So all the images are also in the same location as your index file. But if you look at the source code here, you have said events / the file name. So the events folder is missing. You should have copied the folder and pasted it in and dropped it in here. The images folder.
Yeah, actually, Anna, I tried that first, but this picture didn't show up here. So I tried it the other way, and it vanished again.
Okay, then what you do is click on index.html, go to your GitHub repo, click on index.html, and click on edit. Okay.
Okay, Anna.
இங்கே வந்துட்டு okay, click on edit, go all the way down. Wherever it says, just put Ctrl F and search for events. Okay, search for events, hit enter. It will show you events. Wherever it says events, just select that part alone and delete the word and that slash. Just delete this part alone. Direct file name மட்டும் இருக்கட்டும். அவ்வளவுதான். அதோட it will okay, it'll work then.
Okay, Anna. And also the intro image didn't show up, no, na?
Intro image, wait, this.
No, it's coming right.
It'll take a few seconds to show up.
Oh.
Or if it doesn't show up, always hold down Ctrl F5. Or
Ctrl F5.
F5. Otherwise you open this. Okay, Ctrl Shift I கொடுத்து open the developer tools. இங்கே போயிட்டு right click. It will say empty cache and hard refresh. Select the third option.
Okay, Anna.
அது பண்ணா it will load mostly.
Okay, Anna.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Anna.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do the changes and I'll send the code in that group now.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Sharon, Perita, you guys still here? Sharon Mary. Okay, what was your issue? Yeah, your issue was that yeah, you can leave. Bye bye. 404. Ada, the problem is you uploaded everything. You uploaded the entire folder itself. You should open the folder. How should I upload this in GitHub now? Okay, go to GitHub. Open the repo that you want to upload the files to. Click on add file, upload files. Okay, after that it'll take you to the screen. Then what you do is copy all your website files from file manager, drag it into that and drop it. It'll upload. Once it uploads, click on commit changes at the bottom. It'll upload automatically and it'll go live. Sharon, what you did was you copied the entire.
Anna, I already uploaded it now. I just made some changes, so I just wanna update it.
Then do the same thing again. Just copy everything and drag and drop. It'll rewrite the existing ones.
Okay.
And just click commit. It'll go live again. The changes will be made live.
So what should I give first, Anna?
You do the changes and you have the files.
Yeah, like edo add files edo sonninga.
Once you open the report, it'll say add file. Adla upload files.
Okay, na.
Okay, then drag and drop. That's all.
Okay, na. Thank you.
Sharon, I think what you did was you copied the entire the website folder. Now you copy the entire folder and dropped it. You have to open the folder, copy the the files and then drop it. Okay, yeah. Bye, infant. Delete again. Okay, set the link to your GitHub repo. No, GitHub repo, not your website. Okay, the mistake you made is the file name is index1.html. It should always be index.html. Just rename this file. Okay, click on it and rename it. I have proposed changes, just go and comment it, okay? That's all, after that it will work. Any other doubts?